All right, welcome back, guys.
I would watch that.
We are going to be partaking in Redeemers of the Fall episode 4. So we've been playing for 3 random crazy sessions. I'll kind of give you an overview of what the players are into this week. But we are currently waiting on Velkin to get back from her rendezvous outside, getting she's bringing her brother back home, and then she had to grab something at Target. So we're just going to kind of chill for a little bit before she gets back, and then we're going to dive right into the big, huge overlay that I have on this sheet here. Tonight's episode is going to be a lot of fun. But last time we were together, the group had made it to Maneaver's Tower. He's a great wizard that lives in the Icy Peaks. They found out, actually, that the frost god that their buddy Crane, who is a Frostblood mercenary, who joined the party, they found out that the god that he has been worshipping was not necessarily the god that he thought it was. He was bringing sacrifices to Maneaver's Tower in the hope that the wizard was sending them up to the frost god, the god of frost, a bit sooner. You guys just messed up all my cameras by Airbus leaving or whatever happened. So don't mind the cameras right now. Once he gets back in, it'll fix it all.
OBS is being a bitch to me right now.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so we are taking... or what happened from that... Sorry, it messed me up when the cameras messed up. But what we're doing is they are here in the Icy Peaks. They're in the tower. They actually had these 3 cultists that pursued them into the tower and tried to sacrifice them on the altar that they had found. But instead, they ended up being skewered and torn to bits, and had one of the cultists actually sacrificed himself once he died, and the players threw him up there. Maneaver revealed himself. The cultists had actually triggered a trap, which dropped the floor out beneath several of our party members, in which Xavian fell into the darkness, and the party has decided to pursue Xavian as well as Crane, who decided to jump into the darkness after finding out that his frost god was not actually what he thought it was. And the party is now climbing down their rope into this just dark and damp lab that Maneaver has set up beneath the tower to conduct experiments. He's actually built this lab several years ago, maybe several hundred years ago. We don't even know, but yeah, I mean, he hasn't been down there for a long time, so things have kind of just been developing on their own. The wizard has not really dug too deep into it to actually see what's been going on. So again, tonight should be a fun episode, and once Kristen gets back, we will just dive headlong into it. But in the meantime, we're just going to kind of hang out here. If anyone has any questions for us, let us know. We'll answer those for you. Everyone is level 4, and we're going to be just having a lot of fun. So Erebos, if you can get that, do you need me to add you back to the call?
Yeah, but give me a second here. I gotta re-up and Skype it. Fucking closed it. Really, and now an update. Thanks.
Is there an update just for you?
Don't update Skype, because last time I updated Skype, it screwed everything up.
Don't know this. Don't do it.
Don't do it, no.
I gotta do it. I gotta.
Gotta do it.
Okay, now send me an invite.
Okay. Let's go ahead and add Erebos back in.
Okay. Let's get that out of there.
Welcome back.
Welcome. Just
Are you,
wait
so
for
wait,
everybody.
are you trying to record this on OBS while also streaming? I mean, like also streaming your
Yes.
camera.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so do you have your OBS like camera turned on?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it won't display.
You want to turn that off because you only have one camera source, so you're taking up one camera source. So that's why your camera's not showing up on Skype. It's because you're taking up the source.
Correct.
to OBS, you know. It's not like an audio thing where the audio can just redisperse itself in other locations.
Screw it, I just want to stream.
So how was your day? How was your? You said you went and ate something with people.
Yeah, so
Sounds
we
good.
celebrated Kristen's grandmother's 80th birthday. So that's why we were out and we're a bit late today. But yeah, it was pretty cool. We went out there. I had scallops with bacon wrapped around them. The most American
That sounds
meal.
good. The most American meal, you say?
The most American meal.
I thought it was bacon on top of
Americana.
bacon on top of bacon.
Maybe,
That's
I
the
mean,
most American meal I can think of.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget
Oh,
to
welcome
mute
back,
yourself
Erebus.
Welcome back, Erebus.
I
Everyone
am
who's
muted.
listening.
And thank you. Thank you for having me back.
Oh,
Great. Hell, hard feedback. All right. Be back
So
in
we're
a
just
second.
gonna wait for our good old Vilken friend to come on
Just
back
like
now
this,
here.
again, we can talk about kind of what you guys want to do here. We can start potentially without her being here, and then we would have to fill her back in on what's happening with the group.
Okay,
once
I
it's
wanted to
back.
know about this Battle of the Hills.
Oh yes, so we
No,
did
we
have-
can't.
No, everyone knows about that, so that's common
Oh no,
knowledge.
everybody knows.
Oh
about
no,
that.
oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
no. Oh yes.
Let me open it up here so we can talk about it. So yeah, so this would have been like a little bit probably before you guys got in here. There is common knowledge that Thanos and the Iron Guard, they've traveled into the Iron Hills. So on your map, if you take a look, let me actually display. You'll see like a red bar. Let me actually open that area up for you guys. I'll review
Open it up for me, baby.
Okay, I prefer if you don't say that. I mean, but, we'll open this
Yeah.
Sir, please open it for me,
So I'm going to
sir.
display
Open it,
the Iron
baby.
Hills
Oh
for you.
yeah. Open it.
Okay, let's see. Just bear with me here. I'm using the polygonal display tool.
Polygamy.
Open that polygamy, baby. You know you want to.
Okay, so yeah, so common knowledge would be the Battle of the Hills. As you can see in the area I just displayed, you see a big red squiggly line. That is the border in which the Iron Guard and the Order of the Purple Eye, along with the Oak Legion, are currently at war. So Thanos and the Iron Guard have traveled into the Iron Hills from the Iron Keep, which is their hometown, to siege an Orcus dungeon. So there's actually a dungeon there that they're trying to get into. The dungeon is said to house the Horn of Saturia, which will strengthen any army that uses it in combat. It was used many years ago by the Satyr in a battle against elemental forces that they managed to overcome losing battle when the horn was blown. So Divinia, who is the leader of the Order of the Purple Eye, have allied with the Oak Legion, which are a band of Satyr rangers that are after the same artifact. They believe that Thanos and the humans are seeking to use the artifact to awaken like a great evil within the world. So that's another bit of knowledge that will possibly send you down that road of figuring those things out later on in the campaign. Maybe after you handle whatever you're going to handle down here in the labs of Maneaver's Tower. But you are going to change the very fabric of the world based on your actions throughout the game. So you are going to be talking with different factions and making these decisions that are going to be hard decisions to make. Maybe they're going to be easy decisions for you, but I will give you those choices when they're presented, and you guys can decide that as a group. You're going to be given a decision at the end of our trek through, well, not the end of the trek, but a good portion of the trek through Maneaver's Labs. You will be given one of these decisions in which will change the world itself. So it's going to be fun.
Shoot.
Oh yeah. And we've got a bit of lore
Shoot.
that's going to be written into tonight, so I'm hoping we get to at least the first bit of lore that we can get to.
Yes. Give me that big lore book, Daddy.
The big
Do it,
lore book,
please.
Daddy, yes. Did you guys have any questions about the Battle of the Hills or anything of that nature?
How many
How
hills
is it
were
related
there?
to King of the Hill?
Well, Hank Hill is actually one of the commanders of the Iron
Oh.
Guards.
Where's Bobby in all of this?
And Boomhauer has the most charisma, you know.
As he always does.
Yes. Any serious questions?
Are the tanks on those hills powered by propane and propane accessories?
Only.
Minus 50
Anyway.
DP show for. What's up, Gagman and Sim? How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. Nice flannel, Nick. Thank you. Yeah, it's the nicest flannel. Yeah, so we're going to be starting here shortly. We're just, again, waiting for Kristen to get back here. We can start the game now, but then, again, we will have to stop like a little bit to explain things to Kristen once she gets back. It's just up to you guys. What would you like to do?
Just real quick, what did that old man look like? Like, specifics about his face.
Are you talking about
Being a
Maneuver?
wizard.
Yeah, Maneuver.
Okay, I'll go into that. Let me just respond to some of the chat that came through. Doing good. Sim went to bed. Oh, okay. Did she get? She was playing.
How's the quest against the Bean Wizard going?
Was she playing Elder Scrolls, or was she watching
Very gassy.
competitions? How is the quest against the Bean Wizard going? Well, they're currently. I don't know what you're talking about with this Bean Wizard. There's currently no Bean Wizard in this campaign.
There was a bunch of bean jokes in the first episode.
Yeah. It's okay. It hasn't.
He's got a blue
with me.
cloak. I want it.
Yeah. Arcana check.
Arcana.
But yeah, so would you guys like to start up without Belkin here, or do you want to start when we have our full?
I mean,
again,
like,
we can-
honestly, it depends. Do you think she'll be too much longer? Do you think we might have to... Do you think we'll be here waiting too long before she gets back?
I think we
or what
should.
do you
I think we
think?
could start up something. Maybe we could start talking about Xavier and what's happening with you, because you're.
Sure.
And then again, guys. So when we're talking about someone else, like if you guys ever get separated, we will talk live about what's going on. But just keep in mind your character doesn't know it. I would just like you guys not to metagame, and I'm pretty sure you guys can all do that.
Do you want us to deafen ourselves in
No,
Discord?
no. You don't have to do
Okay.
that. Don't even bother. It's going to be fun for you to still hear it as like someone who wouldn't be involved in it. Just don't let your actions.
Plus, it's a
be
real
dictated.
chase. It's...
Just don't let your actions be controlled by what you hear. Like, oh, Xavier found a bunch of gems and he puts them all in his pockets. Well, I would like to check Xavier's pockets right now. You know, like, you know what I'm saying?
There's nothing in my
yeah.
pockets.
Yeah. Today
Exactly.
we were, but stop
an
shooting
arcane
around 4:30.
focus.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, thank you for stopping by. It should be a fun game tonight. I have a
Still
lot.
got that gold.
All right, guys. So yeah, we are going to dive right into Xavier's story. Last we left off with Xavier. He had dropped down into the trapdoor, had grabbed on, couldn't hold on before Crane got to him, and actually slipped down and fell into the darkness. So Xavier, you fell down 60 feet, thinking you were going to potentially die, and you landed into a pool of very, very warm water, not hot water, but like a hot tub where it's comfortable. You hit the water, you went under, you spun around a bit. There's actually a current going through the water itself. Once you flew through the top of the water and kind of sunk to the bottom due to all the heft that you had from the gold and your items, you hit the bottom and started tumbling around. In your haste to get out of the water, you had to unfortunately part ways with your gold as well as a couple other items. Also, once you hit the bottom, you actually had hit your bag as well, which you had the arcane focus from Ceres in, which was that purple orb that you had just been so focused on getting from him. And it actually hit the bottom, cracked open, and in doing so, released a whole bunch of arcane energy in which it engulfed you. Unfortunately, not the items that had come off of your body because they had been taken by the current, and your body was teleported. I had you roll last game to determine where you would end up, in which you woke up, still soaked. You woke up on a stone platform, like a marble and stone platform. When you turn your head over to the side, you see that the platform has no sort of bridge, it has no sort of stairs that lead up to it, but instead you look down and there's just the twisting nether of these purple energies. There are stones kind of floating in the air, and you just are staring into almost what looks like a celestial space, drop. It just drops down and there's nothing there. As you look off into the distance, you can see that there are several buildings that are floating in the air. So you're almost in like the nether of like almost like a magician or wizard's own creation, like you're in a dimension of its own. And you see these buildings. They all have different shapes and sizes. The one that's across from you looks more of like a structured castle. The one off to your left is also more of like structured. Oh, the music's getting louder? Okay, let me turn the music down for you. Sorry, guys. Let me know if the audio is weird.
There was music.
Oh, there's music playing on my end. I didn't know it was that loud.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not loud there. But either way, so
He said there was a building across from me.
Yep, the building across from you looks more like a castle, more structured. You've got a building off to your left, which is actually pretty huge. There are these dwarven structures that are not sketched, but dwarven looking rune I keep saying sketched, etched into the side. There are statues that are actually developed inside, and there's actually some, keep saying actually as well, there are some spits of flame coming out of the eyes and the mouth of most of the statues around there. As you turn your body to the left, straight across from you, you can see in the distance another man waking up. It is Crane, who has fallen down with you, and he also got absorbed in that arcane blast that happened from your orb, and he's been teleported. Unfortunately, you have not been teleported together based on your rolls, because I also rolled for Crane, but he was teleported across the way, in which he's at a building that's actually covered in living flesh. You can see it's like the flesh of humans, the flesh of creatures, all sewn together and just kind of dripping, mucus and blood kind of raining down from the sides. You can see bits of stone in between it where it's been structured together, but it almost seems like this flesh has come alive and wrapped itself around this building. Also, a little further out, can you roll me a perception check? I need to see if you're able to see this far into the nether.
Perception.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes. I can do a perception check just for you. And only you. If it will load. It is. I don't know. I won't load. That might be why. Pencil's still marked.
Yeah, okay. You need to unmark that pencil.
I unmarked that pencil. Don't you worry about it. I got you.
Don't you get
all right,
fiddling
17
with the
perception
pencil.
is great. All right, yeah. In the distance, past Crane, you can see a large platform that's very similar to yours, but underneath it you can see arcane energies emitting from the bottom of it, which it looks like it's levitating out in the nether. It's big enough to fit almost a full-sized army on top of this thing. And you can see a little bit further as well what looks like a gate made of arcane runes. It's purple and it's like it's pinkish, and you just see the gate, so it almost looks like the entrance to the dimension itself. Like you can't see anything else past that platform but that gate, and you are stuck in this dimension, this nether world. So you can see all of that stuff. Then as you kind of turn back to see what platform you're on, you do see that there are two marble platforms, or like pedestals, that have these ethereal books on them. They are flipping pages by themselves, and they are glowing, and they're like bluish. You can see that there's also one of the orbs that you had talked with at the previous sacrificial altar is floating alongside the books themselves. And you also see a large door that has a big, huge lock on it. It's inside the door, so it's like almost like a it's just a built-in lock. I forget if I specified what exactly it looked like last time we talked, but you would know that you might be able to try to open it with your lockpicking skills, but it doesn't look like any lock you've seen before in your travels. It's got like kind of like a weird
the pins are a little weird. Yeah
So yeah, but you can't see a way of getting across safely out in the nether just yet, but you are surely welcome to try whatever you'd like at this point in time.
Okay. So you said there's books that are flipping. Is there any books that are not flipping that I can examine, like an arcane book or?
No, so there's only 2 books, and they look identical, but they're on different sides. So there's those 2 pedestals that are in front of the building. Sorry, that you're actually standing by. This building that you're standing by. Roll me maybe a religion check. Roll me a religion check.
Religion check.
Yeah, I was thinking between history and religion.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Religion's very low.
But you don't need to roll that high for this. It kind of looks like you're in front of a mausoleum. Like the design of it looks more like a mausoleum.
Like an altar of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see scribed on the wall itself. It seems like there is a plaque that reads above the door in a different language. Do you know Dwarven by chance?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me find out. Language proficiencies. None, apparently.
No language proficiency.
I think when the original sheet I did have them written down, but they must have disappeared. Seems about right. I'm going to go ahead and say no, I did not have proficiency in Dwarven. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. You can roll me. Yeah, I mean.
Would that be history?
I don't think you would really know. Even if you did roll a good history, you don't even know the language, so you can tell that it's reading. It's most likely what the place is called, from what you can see.
Yeah.
Or some sort of description of what the door does.
Hmm.
So yeah, what would you
So you're saying that, okay, so from what I understand, the pins in the door of this, the pins in the door are just really just odd. Like they're, like I've never ever have seen them before. So like the idea of me trying to picklock it would probably be more, adventurous than actually trying to find a different solution.
Well,
or at least finding the key.
Yeah, so the pins itself do look different. They don't look completely different from what you've seen before. The lock itself is hardy. It looks dwarven make. It looks like it's made by someone who's
so it's like
more brutish.
Even if I was able somewhat to find, like, just hypothetically saying, like, if I found a way to even get the pins to fit in the right spots, like, because it might be dwarven made, there might be like an extra step, like the key might be a 2-parter to open this door.
You can, I mean,
so
again,
yeah, there's like that question.
Try and see what happens, you know.
Right. So I know that Crane is unconscious to my left in another building. How far away is he, you would say?
I would say probably about 300 feet away. Maybe even more. I mean, you have between you and him, there's a lot of, there are those floating stones that are there, so you might be able to hop across the stones if you're lucky, but you've never been in this area before. I don't know if you're a wizard, I don't know, you're just a rogue from what I can tell. Did you decide to go with what we talked about last time?
Yes.
Okay, so you can feel, with that explosion of arcane, you kind of look at your hands and they have a faint glow to them. Your body has a faint glow to it, almost like that orb that exploded has kind of sunken into your skin, and you feel like you feel more of a connection to the area that you're actually in. So like when you walk towards the books, if you reach towards the books, the pages seem to almost move with your hand. Those ethereal books seem to move with your hand, like that orb has taken effect onto you.
Right. So now that I feel like I have like this newfound power that I'm not 100% certain on at this moment, but I might redefine it later on when I find it usefulness. Right. So right now, what do I know what my hit points are? Or
if you haven't rolled for them, you can. Oh, your hit points. You're saying like in general, you haven't taken any damage, and even if you did, whatever magic's exploded from that actual orb, Ceres's last bit of, spirit, may have healed you up. I mean, you're full health. I wouldn't say you were damaged at all. You didn't take any damage falling.
All right. Okay, so what items do I have? Do I still have the potion that
You do still
I
have
got?
the potion, yes.
I do.
The glowing blue.
I would like to make an arcane check on that because I would like to know what the origins of the potion does. You know, if I could try.
Sure, you can roll an Arcana check.
Alrighty. Oh, that's bad.
It's a low Arcana check. Yeah, you don't really know necessarily what the potion does, but you do feel that there is some sort of magical essence inside with your newfound powers.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like the actual thing feels.
It's like
cold.
walking
It feels
into
cold in your hands. It feels cold in your hands, but also like a sense of power.
Okay. It's like walking into it's like being an emo, but you're walking into a horror house and you're just like trying to figure out if it's scary or not. It's like, yes.
It might be.
Maybe. Alright, so at the moment I can't really think of too much to actually do, being I'm kind of like stranded on this pedestal without actually like trying to do really risky things by like trying to go get Crane or, you know, so I might give my hand at trying to do the padlock, so I might actually do the, I might actually try to lockpick the door, see what happens.
Okay. I believe you're going to roll a sleight of hand, or you're going to roll a thieves' tools roll. I think it uses sleight of hand. I don't remember specifically.
I think thieves' tools is sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Pretty
Go ahead and
sure.
roll it with your proficiency, so that would be like plus.
You can roll thieves' tools itself.
Yeah, but I don't.
I think it takes into account that actual skill. I would say, yeah, it would be like a sleight of hand, but I think Thieves' Tools is its own tool set, so I think you just roll the tools.
Thing is, I don't think I have tools written down here. Just ill prepared. Should be playing.
So, thieves' tools are required for you to pick locks, but you don't have to be proficient with them. That's all it does.
Oh, okay, so it allows you to pick locks with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and roll me I would say a sleight of hand. Oh my god. Did you seriously roll a 1?
What? Artemis.
Artemis, what the hell? You drop
Bad
one of your
rogue.
thieves' tools on the ground. You just kind of one of them falls into a crack between the marble, and you're like you keep picking it up and it keeps falling in. Keep picking it up and it keeps falling in. You're like, damn it, what am I doing here? And then you have to keep picking them up, each putting them in your bag. You drop them again. You know, you're like, shoot, no, what am I doing? You know, and it's echoing into the nether your failures.
Dang it!
So the
Why is there so much
Celestials
butter
or
on my
whatever
hands?
Beings, have connections to this, are able to hear your failures.
Yeah.
And your potion kind of falls out of your bag and it hits the ground but doesn't break. It starts to spin in a circle and just it points over.
Okay.
It lands and it points to you as it lands. So it's like, you know, who are you gonna kiss? Hopefully not yourself. You just start playing with yourself across the way.
I thought it was kind of like a hint, like, magic. Maybe I'm good for you. Maybe not. We'll find out. Spin the bottle.
Spin the bottle, yes. What do you guys think you should do? Do you guys think you should like if you guys are watching right now and you guys are participating, they can possibly give you some ideas as to what to do because, you know.
Okay, so there's the door, obviously. There's the mausoleum altar with a similar orb, right? He's probably looking for a sacrifice.
Well,
If he's like the one from upstairs, maybe.
Maybe.
Is it? Can I tell if the orb has sentient life, like it can understand me and I can understand it? Kind of, you know, like have a intelligible conversation between it and I, or what?
The other one upstairs talked, so you might be able to talk to this one.
All right, so, and the orb is like on the same platform, right? I don't have to like do any crazy.
Yeah. It's in the middle. I would say it's like kind of hovering back and forth between the two books. The door's in the center. The books are on the left and right on the pedestals. Again, they're the same book virtually. They're spinning the same way. The orb is checking on each of the books as it's going back and forth as the pages are turning, and it sometimes stops to look at the lock that's on the door to inspect it.
Okay. I would like to approach the orb and read it, and I would like to ask, what it is doing. What is the what is it doing in this general area? Why is it checking on these books? That's what I'm gonna ask.
Okay, awesome. So it's actually like a stone and metal orb that turns towards you, and it has a faceted eyeball of an amethyst inside, and you see a light kind of shine through the back of it to display some sort of pupil through the center. So like it's kind of creating its own eyeball inside this amethyst, and it turns to you and it says, "Welcome, language detected, common. What brings you to the crypt of the lost?"
Common.exe.
I am lost. No. I'm on a quest for Minerva. I would like to inquire what is your job here, as permitted by yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Minerva,
yeah.
So you ask it what its job is. I am simply a servant of Minerva. I am to common.exe now loaded. I am to watch over these codexes, ensure that they are not stolen, and keep an eye on the lock to make sure that it stays intact and does not decay over time.
May I inquire about the key that goes to said lock?
Well, the key itself is a bit interesting. Minerva has designed this specific lock with the hands of an Azer. It is a creature, if you do not know what it is. They're similar to dwarves. Do you know what a dwarf is? You common. Ner. You can hear that it's like these are words that,
stop.
Yeah, these are words that are inserted into like these different, you can tell that he's developed this being to just kind of read different things from books or whatever, and it's airing out. You can see the amethyst flickers a little bit as it's talking, and the codexes themselves, the ethereal codexes, flicker a little bit because there was some damage. Yeah, reboot the orb, make sure it's unplugged, plug it back in. You can see that there's some sort of interference that's happened, maybe from even the explosion of arcane energy that went around you. You might be causing some sort of interference.
Okay.
So yeah.
So the key is in the shape of a hand of a monster that dwells in these parts. Can I inquire what is behind the said door?
Well, in the Crypt of the Lost, we do house many bodies of the dead. There are also spirits that dwell within inside the walls. We must keep them locked away, or else they may escape into the nether. The key that you inquire about is actually a 4-part, 3-part, 2-part code that consists of multiple sayings. Multiple sayings, you may ask, may also be acquired. Minerva has hidden them in the other buildings.
Is
what
there
is it
a...
that you ask? It interrupts you, by the way, yeah.
Yeah. Can I have a hint to the first key?
Minerva's always forgetting the first key. Well, the first key is with Ogren, the Azer, that has built these very buildings. Ogren lives in that building, and you see it like turn the actual orb, and it shines a hefty beam off to the building, the larger one that has those dwarven structures on it that have the flames spitting out from the mouth and the eyes. It shoots a light all the way over to the building. I would say, if the way the buildings are structured, if you're looking top down, you are on the top right building. Right. There's 2 buildings across to the left of you, and he's pointing at the bottom left building.
Don't trust it. That orb is really guilty, Spark. Who's this God King Erebos? Who's he think he is?
He sounds like a real asshole.
Get him out of the stream.
It's actually Ogrim. I mispronounced it. Ogrim. I'll spell it out for you.
Okay. Can I ask the orb? It sounds like the orb is just like my tour guide at this point. I'm gonna ask the orb like what he recommends for travel to this other building.
Wings.
Well, I would recommend that you use the transportation platform that Manever has instituted. The transportation platform does not seem to be here. How did you arrive?
Fell in a hole.
Magic.
It's magic.
Do you stop and say magic like that?
No. I question and say I do not know either.
Well, I hope that you have lots of food, because the transportation platform can only be moved at the arcane gate.
Oh no.
Oh no, you turn into a robot and start talking to it.
Yeah.
I do not need to eat. I am simply an orb created by magic. Do you wish to look at the codexes and learn more about the buildings?
I do.
Please step over to a codex. And it moves over to like the left codex. Kristen's back, by the way. She's starting everything up. So, are you going to step over to one of the codexes?
Yeah, I'm going to look at the codex. I'm going to look at the left one because that's the one adjacent to the building we're talking about, I'm guessing.
Right. Well, I mean, they're both right in front of you, so it's like, you can choose whatever one you want. But yeah, the left one. So, as you look
the left one.
There's skittering text across. It seems to be written in that same text that's above the door. But as you look at it, the orb seems to be sending signals to it, like it's shining into it, and it is changing the very text in front of you to translate to common. So it shows almost like a blueprint layout of the outside of the buildings. So it shows the building you're in front of, and it has the title for it. It says that it's the Crypt of the Lost, and it kind of shows like moving images of these ghosts that are going across. It's very kind of simplified to just decide, to determine. It's like you said, like a tour guide. If someone were to come down there, if mages were to come down there, you'd be able to explain to them easily that the Crypt of the Lost is to house the dead and to house the undead that are hurt and won't leave this world. You could roll me a history to see if you know some types of undead from your studies, if you will, when you were younger.
my studies.
You don't know of too many, but you have heard stories of revenants, the undead that have come back and have been killed in a horrible way, and they do actually seek some sort of revenge. You've heard stories of those types of things. Do you think that maybe there might be a revenant or two housed within this building if they were to keep creatures down there? There might also be vampiric undead down there that you heard about when Manever was talking with you guys.
Okay.
The orb also displays, it kind of like shines over, no, I wouldn't say that. It actually is activating another section in the book that displays the lock and the door, and it shows that there's actually, if you kind of wave your hand in a certain way, it shows like a hand kind of like symbol going across. Like this, it displays a section where you can write on the door itself, and then it shows the door opening.
Okay, so there's like a secondary way to open the door.
There's like a hidden method of opening it, but you don't really know what would be written on that door to open it.
Okay. Can I do Arcana check on the book?
Sure. Roll Arcana. And I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick because we were out for a while. So give me 2 seconds, and then once
I'm
you
gonna
roll
say
this, we'll do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, I was just gonna say I don't think I did it.
yeah, I mean that Arcana check was really low. Yeah, I mean you don't notice anything unique about that that sign or anything like that. Give me 2 seconds, guys.
Okay.
Hell, I might as well grab some water.
Why? Give me some wine.
All right, Kristen, roll for your health and do that thing where you're going to read about that stuff and pick. Okay, I'm back.
No,
So we're going to finish
Welcome
up
back.
a little bit of what Xavier's story is, and then we're going to dive into the party. We'll probably dive in once Erebos gets
How
back.
many do I have to roll?
You're rolling 2 because you leveled up. Do you know how to roll your health? No, you look at your health die and you roll that. I think it's a D10 plus your Constitution modifier. Okay, so Xavier, you said you're looking at the book. The book does flip pages, and you can see the other structures that you saw. One of them displays, and I'll kind of go over these kind of quickly. But you can see one of them, the one that's actually, and we're going to describe this from a top-down view. So the one top left says Guild of the Bloodletter. Now these are things you might want to write down because you're going to be down here for probably quite a while.
Probably a while.
Yeah. We've got the Crypt of the Lost, which you are by. And I'll type these out too that you can see. So we've got Crypt of the Lost.
Is it
Good
hit
idea.
dice?
Yes, hit dice of the Lost. You're not going to just...
Which one of those two?
Just again, D10 plus your Constitution modifier. So just roll 2D10. Okay, so Crypt of the Lost, we have that. We also have the Guild of the Bloodletter, which is top left. We also have the Halls of the Construct, which is what the amethyst structure was pointing towards. And we have the Halls of the Flesh, which is exactly what you think it is. It's that building that's covered in flesh and dripping mucus blood that Crane is currently located at.
Okie dokie.
So those are the 4 structures. And then again, he's talking about it's talking about the arcane gate that allows you onto that platform that travels from the different structures. So it shows kind
And
of
it's like way back there at the
it's
beginning.
way back there, yeah, and it has to be
Yeah, so
activated
it's-
from there.
Yeah, so
What?
What am I doing with these?
That's just your health. You add that to your current your max health and everything.
So, can I ask Blob, Guild of the Blob, Blobletter? Can I ask the orb personally? Is there any other way to travel between these buildings
Travel
that
is
he
tricky.
would recommend?
Yeah, travel is tricky in the Nether. One would have to have a powerful teleport spell and or a fly spell to make it across safely. But I have seen barbarians that were down here that charged headlong into the Nether. Many of them were torn up on impact. Others were able to jump upon the stones.
Do it. Be a badass.
I am not strong enough to carry anybody, as that has been tested in the past. My other family members have been destroyed that way by other barbarians. I now carry a lingering hatred for barbarians.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm glad you're making friends with Blub. Apparently you're calling it Blub.
Am I? No, I was trying to write Gilda the Bloodletter, but I said Blub.
Oh,
I wrote
Bloodletter, okay.
D as B.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess I could name him. I mean, we'll be friends for a minute, I guess. I'll call him Orbsy.
Orbsy, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Repeat protocol activated. Yes. It just repeats until you leave it alone. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Yeah. Okay. So is there anything you would like to try before we dive back into the main group?
Jump into the void, dog. You got it.
Oh yeah, listen to the people.
Let me see, what did they say?
Oh, I'm just saying, like.
Oh, repeat.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use so there's like a secondary way to open that door,
Yep.
and from what I understand, there's like a certain like hand motion.
Mhm. It's like a dance move. It's like a choreography. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. What I'm thinking, can I do like some kind of perception check or more an arcana check on the door to see if like there's like a way? So I'm gonna try arcana because like everything here's got that kind of aesthetic. So I'm gonna roll.
Casting identify to figure out what it is.
I can't identify it. Don't have it. So I'm gonna roll arcana. I don't want to see if there's like some kind of like markings or some kind of like way to identify if there's like an easier way to figure out this hand pattern on the door that I could open this door quicker without having to go through all these problems. Because obviously I don't have fly and all that, you know?
Okay. Yeah, so as you get closer to the door, you can see that the door is actually covered in a light film of dust.
Right.
And as you kind of look to the side of the door, you see little kind of speckles of this nether energy or this arcane energy. But as you're looking, you can see that there is a swipe across the door. Thank you, K-Bit, for the 200 bits. Really appreciate it. You can see a swipe across the door. It's actually pretty easy to see as you get closer. Someone has moved their hand across it, and it's wiped all that dust off of that area. So you can see clearly that that's probably some sort of gesture implemented into that. So the gesture in the book pretty much just shows an easy swipe from left to right, like you're opening your phone.
All right, so yeah, let me see if I can unlock the door that way. I want to mimic the motion left to right. Swipe.
Okay. So yeah, as you swipe your hand across, you can see that when your hand passes in front of you, you can see that there's a display of a stone inlet, almost like a chalkboard or parchment board, where the parchment's laid up there, and you can write on it. There's actually a pen that's hanging down off of a chain that's actually on there as you do that.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I basically opened up and then like then basically like it's like, what's the magic password? You gotta write it down.
Yeah, and if you move your hand back this way, it actually disappears. So you can keep doing this back and forth, and it disappears and reappears for you.
Alright, so it's either that I have to go hunt down all these keys or try to figure out this password, huh? Alright, so I already left. I already read the left codex, so I'm going to end this little incident. I'm gonna give you guys a chance because I've been at it for a minute. I'm gonna read the right one instead, and then we'll get back to that in a little bit.
Okay,
I
will just let you know that the right one's going to give you a little bit more information on that actual parchment board, and it states in the book, from what you're able to constitute, that you as a character, Xavian, understand that the right saying has to be written on the board in order to open the door.
Right.
And let's see what else I have written here. Yeah. So yeah, you have to write the correct saying on the actual thing too. Okay, so we will go back to the main group, which is Velkin, Erebos, and Abel, who have now descended into the depths. You guys are all climbing down in single file on this rope, and beneath you is a lot of water that is flowing from a. It's flowing from a you can see kind of like a sewer structure. I'm trying to determine how I want to word it. There are these grates or pillars, these metal bars that lead the water through, so they're able to sift out some of the heavier materials. Like if a body fell in there, it would be able to grab it, and then it would keep the skeleton intact. And yeah, on the other side of it, you can see that there are actually steps leading out of the water onto a huge platform that has some other things on there. There are large crystals. There are 2 large crystals around one of the platforms that you notice is similar to the one that was upstairs. And there's also a big, huge, glowing gate that has these pedestals next to it with these flipping ethereal books. And there are 2 orbs that are flying back and forth between these. Actually, sorry, there's only 1 orb flying back and forth between these. And there are also those braziers you saw upstairs before that are glowing with that blue flame, that arcane magic flame that you had seen previously. I would say that you guys are able to safely make it down onto the platform if you would like. Alternatively, if you guys would like to jump into the water, you can jump into the water.
No. I'll just go to that platform.
Platform? Okay, so you hop down on the platform. Erebos, you go into the platform?
Yeah.
All right, you're on the platform. Velkin?
Yeah, platform.
All right, everyone hops onto the platform safely.
Choo choo.
And you are standing on the landing, this stone floor, this marvelous floor beneath you. You can... Sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, are we able to tell how deep the water is?
From the way you can look at it, you can't see too far down because it's flowing water. So
okay.
You don't really know how deep it is as of this point. But you do know that the metal bars, there's a curvature above it, like kind of like the top of a sewer, and then the bars do go down maybe about a foot or 2, and then they're into the water. So
Okay.
that's about all you can see. What would you guys like to do? If you need me to describe the area again, just let me know.
Yeah, I was gonna ask,
Okay.
is there any signs of like creatures or any like?
There are no signs of creatures right now. You can see in front of you on the landing, like I said, there is a round kind of platform. It looks similar to the sacrificial platform, but it's a bit different. It's got moving parts on there. It's glowing bluish, pinkish purple in different. There's like 4 circles around it, and this platform's kind of spinning. And then the 2 crystals on the side seem to be emitting some sort of energy to the platform, and then it also seems to be leading these lines over to the codexes and to the arcane gate itself. So it's almost like the crystals are powering the platform as well as the codexes as well as the arcane gate.
I would like to throw one of the human teeth onto that glowing platform.
Okay. So you throw the tooth from where you stand. You just whip it over to the platform. Go ahead and roll me a d20 plus dexterity. Just give me an acrobatics. Because you didn't say you walk up to the platform or anything, so... Yeah, you just whip it. You just see Erebos reach into his pocket, pull out a tooth, and just go... and it goes, soars over and lands. It kind of bounces onto the platform. And you hear a voice call out from the orb. It kind of floats over to the area. It says, "Where would you like to be teleported to?
Whoa.
The upper level? Or would you like me to open the arcane gate?"
Oh.
Can we see Xavian?
Can you see Xavier? No.
No, okay.
just see an arcane gate in front of you.
It's an upper level or arcane.
Upper level, or open the arcane gate.
Well, I'm assuming upper levels are where we just came from, so I guess we only have one option.
Or
don't
would you like me
think
to
arcane
increase the
gates,
heat on
but-
the hot tub?
He said that there was creatures down here. Maybe that the creatures are behind that arcane gate. We might not want to open that just yet.
We also don't know where your friend is.
Aye.
He might have gotten past this gate and went into it.
What do you think, Vulcan?
Well, question. Did we say the space of this room that we're in? Is it like a wider room? Is it more
It's a
closed?
pretty big landing. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty big landing.
Well, shoot.
Are there the walls, or are we in the void?
There are walls around you. They lead up to a ceiling and everything, and then they lead down to that arcane gate, which actually, where the arcane gate is, the wall itself is almost, it's like a half and half. It's stone, and it's that nether void essence that you see. So it's almost like wobbling and rippling. So you guys are just standing there in front of this thing, just like, oh, wow, this place is interesting. And then the
Let's go in. We'll go through the arcane gate.
Okay.
I want to see though. Can I ask the orb for like a menu or something?
You ask the orb for the menu. Okay. So she walks up to this orb and she says,
What do you
"Excuse
Just
me."
saved, but
Restaurant.
still hungry.
Yeah, excuse me, do you have a menu? And it says, please follow me over to the codexes. This will
Control,
describe.
blue.
Yeah, please follow me. Watch the braziers. They may scald you if you are not careful. Are you following the orb?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm
Sure.
following it.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, so the group follows the orb over. The tooth, by the way, is teleported on its own. It goes, just disappears. You see like a
Fun.
kind of a bright light blow up from the floor. Not violent.
Why is a bag of teeth useful?
I don't know. I mean, maybe you should pick up more teeth in your adventures.
Before this scene, did I miss anything, or is this where we?
You don't know anything about Xavian, so you're perfectly fine. We talked about
good,
Xavian's
That's
whole
I
thing.
didn't know. If, okay.
Yeah,
that's all.
Xavian is lost. Crane is lost. You don't have either of those two with you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
Carry on.
You don't see any wet footprints or anything on the floor.
Okay.
And yeah, so you walk over with this thing to the codexes that are now flipping through, and it says, "What would you like to learn about? I'm guessing you speak Common because that is what you are saying to me."
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
This orb's gonna be the death of me.
Options, please.
Option. Please, place your hand on a codex to learn more. Flip through the pages just like you would a normal book. You've used books before, have you not?
Yes. All right, screw it. I'm gonna put my hand on the orb, then I want to flip through.
Alright, so you just start holding the orb while it's floating in the air, and then you're flipping through the book with one hand. It's like, please let me, please do. Oh, what?
I said put my hand on the orb.
No, I said put your hand on the codex.
Oh.
So she's now holding this orb and it's muffled underneath her hand.
My hand on the
Please,
codex.
please let me go.
Yeah, please, this hurts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, switch.
So you let go of the orb? Okay, so she lets go of the orb after it floats away from her to the other codex. Alright, so you flip through the pages. You can see in the pages are like the outlines of structures. The orb goes to explain to you, saying that these codexes house the buildings that the Azer has created for Manever. Manever has built these structures to house many different creatures and living beings that may or may not hurt you. I am just a simple orb. I do not understand things like Manever does. He is the all-knowing wizard and god of frost. So as you look through the codex itself, you can see the structures of these buildings. There are 4 buildings it displays to you, all of which have different names. One of them, again, you can write these down if you want. You can scroll up. I wrote them already. But we have the Guild of the Bloodletter, Halls of the Construct, Halls of the Flesh, and Crypt of the Lost. it asks you, where would you like to go? Please step upon the teleporter and then read out what would you... Sorry, not the teleporter. Please step to the arcane gate and then mention the code that is listed next to the building. And there's these little codes that are actually inscribed there of different letters and numbers that are next to the buildings that you would like to transport to.
Wow, it's like an elevator.
Yeah, the arcane gate kind of ripples, and you see it open. So like it's shifting in these different ways. And in front of you is a platform that goes across. It almost looks like a broken off piece, but like it's cut off, like laser cut off of the platform that you're standing on, and the transportation platform floats over to you guys and kind of locks in place. And then you can see out into this twisting nether, this purple emptiness that you can just see in front of you. You don't see any buildings or anything, you just see this purple twisting nether. So step upon the platform and read the code.
After you.
Well, I mean, I think our less intimidating option is Halls of the Construct.
Yeah, Halls of the Flesh doesn't sound that fun.
Or Bloodletter.
No, it sounds great. Try it.
Sounds like,
You'll like
sounds
it.
like a lovely vacation spot. I think we should visit.
I'll pass.
Are we going with the safe one?
Off to the Halls of the Construct.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys look at the code and you step onto the platform, and then who's gonna yell out the code?
I will. Why not?
Okay, I will type the code out to you, and you need to yell it out for me.
I have to yell it out?
Yep.
Your mom, Kate.
Who do I have to address this to?
Whoever you want.
Okay. Wait, it's the orb that's there, right?
The orb is not with you. You guys stepped
Oh.
onto the platform by yourselves. The orb is kind of floating in the just past the open arcane gate behind you from where you've stepped through,
Okay.
and it's kind of watching you guys.
Okay, so we're sure we're going to this place.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
we should go to the Halls of the Lost.
Eh,
Halls of the Lost?
Wasn't that
There's
the
Crypt of the
last one?
Lost.
Crypt of the
Oh,
Lost.
Crypt of the
Crypt
Lost.
of the Lost.
But do we want to go to a crypt right away?
So just so you know, what the codexes have described are that there are these entrance platforms which you will land upon, in which you can read a little bit more about the different areas because Minerva's written those out. And then, you can decide to go, and there are these doors that are structured in the case that they want to keep whatever's there inside, so that way you don't just leave the doors open, they will close on their own. If you guys want, you can go around to each of the halls and learn a little bit more about them before deciding.
Yeah, we should probably go to each hall, read up on it, figure out what we're going into before we actually go into it.
I think we should.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Hold on, I'll write out the codes for you guys.
Okay.
We are going to find out about each of these doors and where they might lead. Because this whole place stinks of magic. And anything that has to do with the lost, like our friend, I'm thinking might have a chance of leading us to there.
This logic is flawless.
Okay,
Our
My
own
friend is
Halls
lost.
of
Let's go to the
Constructs.
place.
Guild of
Let's go to the
Bloodletter.
place
The
where
lost
it's
things.
like the lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be lost with the lost.
It might be the lost and found for people.
Or,
It
yeah,
might
but
be.
it's also a crypt, so it could be
Maybe
just
I'll get
dead
lost.
Bodies.
All right, so yeah,
Who
you guys can
doesn't
go
love
around
a
and-
good dead body?
Maybe we need more. Maybe they're dead. Maybe they're in there. You don't know.
That's what I just said. It's a crypt, so it's all the dead lost boys.
The dead lost boys.
The dead lost boys.
There we
Can't
go.
Save all of them.
Or recruit Peter Pan to help us find Xavier.
Bangarang, bangarang.
We're gonna have a whole new set of roles at the end of this night.
Everyone's gonna be wearing green tights. Okay. I will say you
Gotta
guys can
believe.
travel around if you'd like, or you can go directly into a hall if you choose to do so too.
let's shop around, see what there is to find before we actually go into any danger.
Okay. The only one who knows the codes as of this point is Velkin, because she's the only one who looked at the codexes.
Oh, okay. So wait, which code do we want first?
Whichever you want to go to. Up to
Well,
you.
we had a split vote of Halls of the Construct or Crypt of the Lost.
Surprise us. You got it. I'll
You
put my
be the
faith in the
tiebreaker.
Dragon Lady.
Okay, I'm gonna go with little Orby dude, whoever you are. UUU788900.
You have chosen the. Oh shoot! I didn't type them all out correctly, did I?
It's
Oh, I did. Okay, you're right. Okay, it is the Crypt of the Lost. Yeah, okay. You have chosen the Crypt of the Lost. Please keep your arms and legs on the platform at all times, or else you may have them torn off by the twisting nether. Beware of our barbarians you may find within the nether. We haven't found them all. Goodbye. And it closes. Closes shut.
Damn you,
and then-
guilty spy!
Yeah, and then it goes, you feel it rumble, kind of rumbles a bit, and then snaps off from it, and you guys start traveling into the nether itself, and you guys can feel this warmth glow around you as you move through the initial nether. It opens up into this vast open, world that you can see these 4 buildings that are floating around in the air, and it starts to go straight ahead, bringing you forward. And as you pass the building on your right, you can see your buddy Crane is laying flat on his back in front of a building that is covered in like this viscous liquid and dripping blood. And on your left, you can see the building that has these dwarven structures that are spitting fire out. You start to go forward a bit faster, and as you reach the building on your right-hand side, the platform rotates at 90 degrees and then locks into place. In front of you stands your buddy Xavian, who is just kind of twiddling his thumbs as he stares up at you, leaning upon the door that is in front of you of the Crypt of the Lost. And the orb says, "Welcome to the Crypt of the Lost. Thank you for traveling upon the transportation platform."
All right,
Hey guys,
Alexi,
I found
that's
your crazy
enough.
friend.
that was quick.
See, told you, lost things right there.
I might have been
No.
lost, but now I'm found, and I give him a big hug.
Yeah. So you run up to them and just like hug them.
No.
I've been found.
Wait, which one is this?
You know, Airbus, you're the only one that's made any sense thus far. I like you.
Don't worry, laddie. That'll change.
Oh no, I'll change every time. So now that they're here, can I continue to look at the right codex?
Sure, you just stand up and start flipping through the codex that you've been reading for like several hours.
Years.
Yeah, it's been
Decades.
like maybe about 2 hours.
I had to entertain myself somehow.
Yeah, so you're looking through the same thing you've been looking at for about 2 hours, which just described that you guys need to somehow find a saying to write upon the structure, the posted up.
It has to be the right saying.
You have to find a saying to write upon there, and it has to be the right saying for it to open.
Return.exe.
And it looks like from the book you actually read that there has to be three pieces of the saying that have to be written in the right order in order for the door to open correctly.
Return /
Yeah, it's like
space.
it's a specific.
Control Alt Delete.
You're gonna try to use it like a computer, yeah.
Open Task Manager.
Alright, so what do we see around us?
So yeah, so since you guys weren't there, actually, I described it all to Xavier. So yeah, so you guys see in front of you is a large building. Go ahead and roll me religion checks. There's a large door in front of you, a wooden door. You don't need a religion check to understand what that is. Wow, 2 4s in a row. Wow, okay. So yeah, you guys would assume that it's just some sort of big, huge mausoleum that you see in front of you. And you see that there is a wooden door that has a big, huge lock on it that has a huge keyhole, bigger than any keyhole you've seen before. And you can also see on the sides of the door there are pedestals that house the same codex you saw before. And there's a singular orb that's floating back and forth between the codexes and also looking at the lock as it floats between the two. Behind you, you can also still see there are two buildings across the way, one being the Guild of the Bloodletter, the other one being the Halls of the Construct. So yeah, it's a pretty tall building. There are these divots in the walls, like they're kind of sculpted in, and there are these religious figures that are standing there. They're more of like sad-looking religious figures looking down upon the floor that you're standing on.
Is there any sort of like writing or scripture?
There is a there's a plaque above the door that has writing, and if you know Dwarvish, then you can read it. Anyone? No one?
Can I write it down?
Warbish.
Are you trying to like write down what the scripture says?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna. Do you have anything to write on?
I don't know. Let me try.
You just start writing it on your arm with your blade.
I mean, I would assume possibly, because I have like
I know things.
an explorer's pack, so that might have.
I'll say you guys have stuff to write on. I won't hurt
Oh,
you.
I do. I have 5 sheets of paper and a bottle of ink and a pen.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
So
how
what
do you
do we
want to
have,
bring
like,
about that? Are you just
scroll
gonna?
and
He
drop
pulls out the ink and the paper. He's like, I can write things down.
Yeah, I'll just like write it down.
Okay, cool. So like, she's like, does someone have something to write down with? And then like, you just start writing it down. Okay, cool. All right, you guys are best
And then he
friends.
just looks up and he's
Oh, I
like,
thought
"Sorry,
you were just
you talking to
making
me?
it
I'm just
No.
figuring out.
I'm
what
writing
you guys
stuff
wanna do.
down.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Because you don't have anything to write on per se. He
Okay,
does.
alright, I got this. Does anyone have anything to write something on?
Already on it.
Okay, I think we should write this down. And I point to the dwarven, which I don't know. That stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I've got it. Where to next?
So you're
I
writing
think I
down.
saw.
You're just drawing it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just copying.
He's like
what
doing.
I
He's
think
like
it
doing the
says.
whole like thumb mechanic where he's looking at it. He's looking at
Yeah,
it.
roll me a performance. We'll see how good he writes it.
Ooh.
That's his paper for spell transcription. Yeah, he's like writing it on the wrong stuff. Oh
Okay,
no, I
there.
just wrote over my spells. Wow, yeah, you're like, yeah, where should we go next, guys? Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm already writing this down. Whatever, I know this. Don't worry about it.
I saw your crazy religious friend on that like tower of flesh. Maybe we can go there. I don't know. I don't want to. It's kind of
Wasn't
scary.
there-
Walking around on skin.
As I'm like trying to like find some more context on the thing on the codex, I would assume like I'm still doing that or whatever. I've been sitting there reading it for like hours now. I just like I'm not even looking at it as I'm reading I'm just like flicking the pages, and it's like I don't suspect he's too religious now that his god's sham. You know.
I mean, having another bodies around is always good for something.
So Xavier's
You know?
at which codex?
He's at the right.
I'm reading. I read both of them. I read the left one, which said there was a movement to like. There's like 2 ways to open this door. I'm explaining this to the whole group. From what I've read, there was 2 ways to open this door. Either that we would retrieve all of these keys in all these different buildings that are stranded throughout the Nether. We either had to do that, or we had to open this door with a secret password, which I read from the left codex, to use a swiping motion to open the password's padlock or whatever its password thing. And then the right one explained what the password actually was in theory. You know, like I don't know what it is, but it's like that's how we open the door, the secondary way.
Did we try the scripture on the wall?
Did we try talking to the
I
Lord?
do not know. I haven't written it down. I don't know anything about that type of language. So I'm not proficient in it. So I know I did not try that.
I'd assume this is just saying that this is the Crypt of the Lost, not just throwing this out there. It's probably just a title to the place. You know, stores have their storefront signs saying what it is.
Tiffany's, Versace's,
There's like a big sale
Bloodletters.
sign on there. It's like going out of business.
Going out.
Yeah.
60% off your lost person.
Yeah, buy one dead body, get one free.
Oh
But
boy.
seriously, did we talk to the blue orb that you said was near that mausoleum?
The floating amethyst orb.
I
Yeah.
don't think we did anything with an orb yet.
Yeah, there's an orb. It's just how your other one was, where you were muffling its voice.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
the
saying we
same
didn't
type
talk
of-
to it yet. That's
No,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
Xavion's been talking to it for a while.
Oh.
He's already like tired. You can
Yeah,
see
I'm just
him-
like flicking through these pages and I'm just talking to it. So, what do you do for fun around here?
I just pace back and forth between the codexes. I have a lot of fun. Most fun watching barbarians be torn to pieces within the nether.
It's
And
gracious.
so then you said going
That sounds pretty fun.
away.
Must get lonely.
There's the other two areas, or
Yeah, you can see all the other buildings are like in the nether, but like you have to stand on the platform to
Oh,
get
okay,
to
okay,
them.
that's
Yeah.
what I need to know. All right. Well, if he's already been reading all this, should we try going elsewhere?
Indeed, I'm quite curious
Well,
as
I
to
was
what's in
stuck
other buildings.
until you guys came because you guys had to open that gate for me to even travel back and forth from here and there.
Well, I like to imagine they just leave you there, and he's like, he's busy, and then just and leave.
He's reading it. We'll come back when you're ready.
Let's
You're
go
like,
away.
"Wait, please no."
Let's go to the bloodletters.
Blood
Maybe we
letters.
should try to rescue your friend Crane over there.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer he'll be substantially on top of that building.
Ah, he's fine.
Yeah. So what did you say Crane's doing?
Crane is laying flat on his back by the halls of flesh, like on the platform to the halls of flesh.
I'd like to have the other body, just
Like,
just in
within-
case we might need to like get away from something. We just
He's
Toss
really
him.
far away.
Yeah. So he's
I
like
don't know.
down,
Yeah,
but we can.
you
see
passed
him.
in case we need to use one of those other altars, like
Okay.
fill the altar with blood, get some cool things. I don't know.
I want to go to Crane.
I mean, that's a little
Hey.
harsh, Abel, but I mean, hey, you know, gonna kill my NPC? Jeez.
I inform her that that one in particular over there is called the Halls of the Flesh, based on what the Orbeez has told me.
Well, you know the specific code of it, so you would be like, yes, is that this?
I don't know the code. They know the code.
No, I'm saying she.
Yeah, she knows the
I
goal.
do. Yes.
She's more like, oh, you mean 77PS5554.
And then I look her up and down. I'm like, "Are you an orb now?"
All right. Well, what's the plan? What do we want to do? Because I'd like to check up on Crane, but if we
Let's go.
I would like also to check up on Crane, just because I want to know if he knows any extensive knowledge of this underground, which I would doubt,
yeah.
but we
We're
could
off to
always
Crane.
check.
So he's at the flesh place. Is that where?
Yep.
Yeah, he's on top of the
Flesh
flesh
place.
place.
Is that the Lions?
The Halls of the Flesh, or do you mean 77P S5554?
Exactly.
Yeah, he's that's the one he's at. You're right.
Okay.
You
Um,
would like
Crane,
to
what the
travel
hell
are you
to
doing
the
over
halls
there?
of flesh?
The Halls of what?
Yeah,
you mean
take us there.
77P
You guys keep saying that, and the
S5554?
platform starts shaking.
I said it and I clapped. I want to go.
Okay, you guys are all on the platform to get off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you
Yeah.
stand on the platform, it breaks free, rotates at 90 degrees. Please keep your arms and legs on the transportation platform, or else you may have them torn off by the twisting nether. And it starts to shoot over to the halls of flesh. It's like, whoa! You're like surfing on this thing. And you stop over at the halls of flesh, another 90-degree turn. It locks in place, and as it shakes, you see Crane is just laying there, and he's like, there's an orb hovering over him that's saying, "Sir, are you a barbarian? Would you like to be thrown into the nether? I hate your kind. I hate your kind."
How does he look? Does he look like really hurt, or
I don't
Looks like
know
he's
even the
sleeping.
what. I'm not even sure what his class is.
he's just a dude?
Psycho, that's his class.
Said what he was before.
I
His
mean,
class
like,
is Jehovah's Witness.
he's like a follower of the cult, or he was, and not anymore. But yeah, like,
When you
We
guys
don't-
found him, he had I think think he had a
I know
mace.
I asked.
He had a
what he
mace
was,
on him or a
or what
scimitar.
we thought he was, or something. Yeah.
He had a mace.
S weapons.
He had a range. He had a bow too. But I think he had just some melee weapons. You took it away from him.
Well,
Then he
the
had-
if the orb is like questioning him, like the orb might know something we don't about him, so
No,
he
it's
might
just,
be.
it looks like it's been questioning him while he's been knocked out, or like sleeping.
Right. So we immediately like get onto the scene, and I want to reassess the orb to ensure him he is not barbarian, because apparently, from what I've been hearing down here, barbarians are not very well liked.
I'm gonna just take a look around, see what it looks like, if there's any symbols or signs or anything.
Okay.
See what I
So
see.
we'll go to Xavier first, who is now stepped up to the orb. The orb has backed up, and it says, "Welcome to the halls of the flesh. Please watch your hands. As
Do you mean 77PS5554?
you would like to travel to the halls of flesh, you are currently already at the halls of flesh. How can I assist you?"
I would like you not to throw our friend Crane here off the ledge. He is not of barbarian kind.
Well, that is assuring to hear. Reassuring to hear. I was not going to throw him. I would have the creatures from the halls of flesh throw him into the nether. We have taken bits and pieces of the barbarians and brought them into the halls of flesh. They make much stronger beings.
Yeah.
They make stronger beings.
That sounds like that sounds like they just amputated him and like, oh, let's give him wings.
I want to
Like-
ask. I want to ask the
Take
orb.
bits of the.
Like other creatures and just put them together. That's what it
Put
sounds
5
like.
noses on him.
Yeah.
He'll smell his enemies real well.
All right, so Velkin leans down and starts shaking Crane, and he is just wobbling back and forth. And he says, oh, Velkin, it's good to see you again. How are you doing?"
Doing good. We might be able to use your help.
"Well, I don't know how much help I'll be now that I've been down in this darkness for so long.
You've only been down here for about 2 hours.
But the darkness of my soul!"
Oh, shut the hell up and help us get out of here.
It's not a
You
phase,
can,
Mom.
we can deal with your goddamn soul when we get out of here.
What should I even do with my life now that the God of Frost is nothing to me?
We'll get the fuck out of here first, then we'll deal with your problems, alright? Priorities, man, priorities.
Ugh.
Pink
He
unicorn.
stands up.
I was gonna think of what it was called.
Oh,
We have a better god.
Converted. Convert him.
Okay.
Think of a better God? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
What other God could you ever tell me about?
He
And
already
he's
knows
like,
about it. We told him about it.
Yeah.
What
We
guy?
already told him that.
Hey,
He believes.
can I go over to Crane? And I look him into the eyes. It's like, Crane, do you notice anything different?
Yeah, you have a pink glow to you. It's probably from that filthy pink unicorn that you worship.
A pink glow.
Filthy.
Pink unicorn! How do you even worship something like that? He's not as powerful
Because our
as the God of
priestess,
Frost.
Lady Sylvanas, tells us to.
Who's Sylvanas?
Okay, I interrupt and I want to ask Crane, does he speak Dwarven?
Dwarven.
Dad, we're gonna turn your universe upside down.
Yeah, I
buddy.
don't. Let's see if he speaks Dwarven. Let's see.
It's a yes or no question, Crane.
Well, he rolls a d20 in the game.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying because
He's like, let me
Dwarven.
check.
Do I know?
Yeah, I'm just fluent.
Oh,
It's fine,
oh.
guys.
He says, "Yeah, I know Dwarven. What is it to you?"
Who wrote it? The scripture down?
I got it.
Yeah.
I'll show him the paper.
Yeah.
He grabs it from your hand violently. He says, "Why do you want me to read this or something?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Aye.
Oh,
I
Crypt of the Lost.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I knew it.
Well,
Here's your
was a-
stupid
it was a
paper.
I'm a genius.
chance, but-
Praise me.
And he leans against the wall, like that's covered in flesh, and he's like, "Woe is me!
Ugh.
The
Listen.
misery!
Listen, laddie. I'm going to tell you this one time. I understand you're hurting. I understand you're confused. But if you don't get your shite together right now, I'm going to fucking beat the shite out of you. You understand me?
Roll me intimidation, please. With advantage.
With advantage.
Yeah, with
okay.
advantage. That was good. That was a really good interaction. He like turns over to you, eyes wide. Oh my god.
Oh my
And
god.
he pushes you back. He pushes you back and he says, "Back off, Ranger. I'm in charge of this operation now."
I actually didn't think about the intimidation part.
He's gonna roll. Let's see how good he does.
I have 0 in it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
my
really? Yeah.
So
yeah.
his push doesn't even like push you that far back. It's like he said he was leaning on the wall. He's got like blood on him and it slips off of you and he kind of just like bumps his chest into you on accident and he kind of backs up slightly. And he said that to you. So you're not intimidated at all by him. He's not intimidated by you. Yeah, dude needs some Xanax, maybe. Yeah, he's just lost the frost god.
I want to turn to the orb and ask if it can give us any information on the creatures it was talking about.
Creatures are made of barbarians. Many barbarians.
Can they rage?
What is rage? I am the simple orb. I do not hold rage, only hatred for barbarians.
For spaghetti.
I don't know whether I want to smash these orbs or if I want to keep one as a
All
pet.
toast.
It doesn't. It's not able to
Toast,
describe
toast.
like the creatures themselves
yeah.
to you, but it states that they're obviously piecing something together in the halls of flesh to
Yeah.
create something.
Okay.
So that's what you know is going on there.
Okay.
Do you know how many monsters inhabit these halls? Or is it just one? Or any?
Well, my detection systems have been damaged. There is some sort of arcane interference that has happened in the main landing. Maybe you can repair it, and then I would be able to tell you more.
Can you take us to the source of this interference?
I can't take you to the source, but my brothers and sisters can on the landing as well as the other areas.
On
All
this area, are there any other codexes around, or no?
There's just one codex here.
Can
that just describes the-
look at-
Sure, yeah. So you look at you look at it, and it describes this hall. It actually shows it shows winding halls. It shows real quickly just winding halls. It shows a cage system that houses four-legged creatures. It also shows the body parts kind of being constructed into a bigger person. And then it just shows like a blood draining system that seems to be almost like a sewage system that comes from the bottom of the hall that leads across into another hall. It actually leads over to the Guild of the Bloodletter.
Why don't we head over to this part over here where four-legged creatures are kept?
Yeah, real quick. Did I see anything when I looked around?
Oh, sorry, yeah, so we're going to dive into that, actually. So yeah, you were looking for any sort of symbols or any sort of sigils or anything like that.
Yeah,
While you're searching
anything
around,
that just stands out.
go ahead and roll me an investigation.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Scope and perception.
No, you find just kind of like the walls themselves, like I said, have been kind of overgrown in this flesh. It looks like as you're inspecting it, it's almost like it's warm to the touch, you know, as you put your hand to it.
Ugh, so
and
it's
there's just-
living.
Yeah, so there's just these forms that go in and out, these structures of folds and skin flaps, and maybe you see some eyelashes here and there in there, you know, things of that nature. Again, there's some blood kind of dripping in certain areas, like almost like it's got some growing pains, you know?
Quick question. Was any of our characters named Jonah? Because I have a bad feeling here.
No, yeah, no one's named Jonah. We've only got Crane, Velkin, Xavian, and Abel. Anyways.
Is there like a door to like enter the halls?
Correct.
Or
There's a door. It's
a door?
There is a door. It's a double door actually here, and
Ooh.
it has some flesh kind of overgrown on top of it, and these ones have almost like doorknobs on them.
Are they covered in flesh?
No, they're made of bone. So they're made of
okay.
like smaller skeleton skulls. Sorry, smaller skulls, and there are actually skulls of 2 cats.
I found the doors. If someone wants to open them, I really don't want to touch that
I will.
at all.
Alright, so we're opening the door.
By all
Alright,
means.
so Velkin walks up to the door and just pushes the 2 doors open.
Well, Erebos said he was too. So.
Oh, okay. So you and Erebos walk up to the doors, each push one door open. Just swings open. It tears some of the flesh at the top. Go ahead and roll me athletics,
Jesus.
both of you guys, to see how hard you push the doors open.
With my
Athletics.
Oh, okay. That's
Nice.
okay.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. Holy crap. Is that what you rolled?
No, I got to re-roll that. It was left on advantage.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
that's fine. Oh, you both roll.
Even?
You open it at the exact same time. It tears through the flesh and sends blood just kind of spraying towards the wall in front of you. In
Oh,
which,
great. I needed a shower.
Yeah, you can, yeah, and then do you guys just walk straight in there?
I don't want to like walk really in. I just kind of want to like open and assess the situation.
Erebos, what would you like to do?
Perception. See what I can see from the doorway.
All right, good
Yeah,
job,
exactly.
guys. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Get ready for a 2. Oh, that's
Nope. Yeah. So as you guys stare forward at the blood that has now hit the wall, it is dripping down into what looks like a big chute that you can actually jump down into or fall into, if you will, and you can smell like what smells like almost like rotting flesh.
So it's most likely a garbage chute.
Maybe.
Yeah,
And as you
pretty
look
much,
down,
yeah.
because you're gonna probably look down the chute, right? You can see what looks like hundreds of bodies laying on top of each other.
Is this like a room,
Yeah.
like a bigger room, or kind of just like this garbage chute?
It's like
thing and that's
it's like
kind
you're
of
just
it?
entering into like a smaller like area, like a hallway, and then there's just a big huge chute that leads down.
Is there like hallway past the chute? Like it was just set as a trap, or does
No,
the
it
hallway
looks like
just
it's
lead to the
intended
chute?
for you to go down into that chute.
Okay.
It's like a slide, so it's not
parts.
like a straight drop. So there's a little bit of a curvature to it.
Well, I don't think we should go down that way because if that's gonna lead to the Guild of the Bloodletter,
This is
Might as
Halls of
well
the
just-
Flesh.
I know, but if that's where it leads is to there, then maybe we should just teleport there.
Are there
Where-
any other doors or hallways?
Not that you can see. I mean, I would say in front of you, you see that kind of flesh is overgrown. On the sides, the flesh is overgrown enough to where you'd have to like cut through it to probably get into the open areas that are there. But it looks pretty dark down those halls that you see above the area. So I would say in front of you, there's no way you can get through that. To the left and right of you, there's flesh that's overgrown that would have to be destroyed before trying to pursue through there.
Didn't you say something about a area or room where there were 4-legged creatures?
Correct. Yeah, there are cages that house 4-legged creatures somewhere within the halls of the flesh.
Okay, so we don't know where yet.
No, yeah, it's just kind of like it's kind of showing you if someone were to buy the halls of flesh as a business or something. It's like, please, like, see that we have 4-legged creatures here, that are housed in caging units. It's like showing the cages opening and closing and how they're organized.
Okay. Well, the spots where you said we would have to clear away some of the flesh.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
Where were those? To the left or right?
To the left and right of you, but they're over you'd have to somehow hang or like lean over and destroy them. Because they're like, you would have to stand directly over. Like if you had a platform that covered you on that hole, you'd be able to cut through them just fine. But since they're kind of, you'd have to like lean. It's a weird looking area.
I'm not.
Okay.
Like, could I just? Like, is it like draping over the door or something?
Yeah, so
or-
it's like there's no door beneath it. It's almost like creating like almost jail cell bars of flesh that lean. They kind of connect from top to bottom, and you can just see through into darkness. But you do have dark vision, so you can see a little further down. Go ahead and roll me a nature check. And then roll me a survival. Okay. Well, you can see on the floor what seem to be like footprints that have paced back and forth and that have then led down a hallway leading to the left. So you go straight and then you make a left. So something is in there that's been walking around.
Can I tell if it's human or animal?
You can tell that it's human. And you can probably tell that it is of some sort of elven descent from your high roll.
Okay, I want to check the other side then.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the same thing, a nature and a survival. Okay, on this side it's a little harder to see, so it's kind of been more overgrown. On that side, you see. Let's see. Okay, on that side, you see a little bit less, but there are some scrape marks on the wall that you might think that would have come from some sort of weapon or some sort of bone, like appendage, like a tusk or something. And the footprints on the ground are also quite humanoid but larger.
Are there any other doors or anything that I can see?
Yeah, there's actually a hatch just above the pit. It's made of wood and it has a latch on it that also has a small lock.
All right, I want to try to. Wait, I don't have a pick, do I? Is it locked, or is it just have a lock on it?
It is it's a padlock that's closed.
Okay.
It's a small padlock. It's nothing special.
Does anybody have anything to pick this lock right here?
Artemis, you gonna pick a lock for us?
Sorry,
Wait, did you fall asleep?
I did.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So what's going on?
Wait, what
Hold on,
is the
lock.
hold on? What is the last thing you remember?
Good times.
No, wait, yeah, just tell me.
I
what-
actually don't remember. So I remember Erebos was asking about a lock, and he was asking if it was human or animal or something, and
Okay, so you did hear
Here
a
we
little
are.
bit about what was
All
going
right.
on? Okay. So yeah, let me explain to you for everyone else who's sleeping in chat too.
Sorry.
It's fine. So we have they've just opened the doors. Velkin and Erebos have just opened the doors to the halls of the flesh. There are two handles on the doors that are made of cat skulls. The doors are draped in a little bit of flesh. On the, or actually they didn't walk right in, but beneath them is a chute that's kind of curved, that's like a slide, that leads down to a big huge pile of hundreds of bodies. In front of them is a wall that's now spattered in blood from them tearing the doors open. On the right and left of them are these almost like, I would say, prison bar formations of flesh that have been created that house something. On the right and on the left, Erebos has inspected, and on the right you see, or Erebos has determined that there are footprints of an elven humanoid in the darkness, and then on the left in the darkness he's determined that something has scratched the walls with some sort of bones or weapons. Might be a tusk, might be claws, and there's humanoid footprints in there that are larger than what he saw on the right side. Erebos, do you share this with the party?
Yes.
Okay. And then, sorry, above him, above the chute, is a wooden trap, or a wooden door, not trap door, but that's what it's called in like other games, but a door that's locked with a small metal padlock.
small metal padlock. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to. I would definitely try to pick that lock.
Okay.
All right, so I'll roll sleight of hand.
Well, so Okay, you're gonna have to hang over a drop into that, like that slide.
Oh,
I could hold on to him. And
no. I decide to cast Mage Hand and pick the lock from a distance.
Okay, so you see him kind of wave his hand. Xavier, this rogue that you knew, just this basic rogue that you knew that got drunk and crawled up a tree while he was sleeping, has waved his hand, and from his hand tears forth a separate hand, a glowing arcane hand that floats into his pocket, pulls out a lockpick, and also with like its pinky in that, like is able to manage to hold on to the lockpick and the lever itself, and floats its way over to the lock. Go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand just like you did last time, and it's going to start jiggling the lock. How long does Mage Hand last, by the way?
It says 1 minute.
Yeah, it's 1 minute.
Okay.
Long enough to pick a lock.
Yep.
Depends. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 4-hour lock that you have to unlock. I'm still unlocking it, guys!
We're almost there.
Oh, I saw your sleight of hand over here. Yeah, so yeah, as it's kind of jiggling around, the lock pops free and falls down the chute, and kind of you hear it sliding. And lands on the bodies. And the door flings open. Swings back and forth. And then a small ladder kind of flips down in 3 parts. And it just, is ready for anyone to climb up or down from the trapdoor if they want to.
I climb up it.
Alright, so he just jumps across. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics. Hold on, he just said he...
He's just like, yeah, let me get on.
So, like, while you guys are standing there, he's just like, Abel's like, my time has come. And he just runs and jumps. Oh, 20.
Later, losers.
He's just like,
I'll climb up and just, like, poke my head up just a little bit just so I can, like, look around, see what I perceive. I don't know.
Now he gets cautious.
Yep, so as you turn your head to the left, you just see kind of like a pile of fur. As you turn your head to the right, you see 2 glowing yellow eyes just staring directly at you. As
I dug right
sort
back
of
down.
Creature is crawling towards you. Okay, you dive right back down.
Okay, pause. What is this body that we see drop?
You don't see a body drop.
You
at
said
all.
you said something dropped.
No, a lock dropped and fell.
Oh, that's the lock. I thought you
The
said
lock
a body.
dropped,
No,
and then
no,
the
no.
door came open with the ladder coming down in 3
just
pieces.
kidding. Okay, carry on.
So yeah, so now you see that Abel has stepped down the ladder. He's not off the ladder yet, but he's staring back. His hair is kind of standing up on the back of his neck. What would you like to do, Abel? You just came down from there from seeing 2 different things.
What did
I
you
just-
see?
I saw some eyes, and I'm scared, and I want to not be here anymore.
As he's talking with you, you see
What
like
kind-
a charcoal hand kind of reach down and start playing with his hair. Just grabbing his hair and kind of playing with it. And then Abel, you hear
I
like,
go as
shit.
low as I can, like
By charcoal hand.
curl as hard as possible.
By charcoal hand, is it animal?
it looks more like feminine humanoid
Human?
creature. It's got like long black claws, and it's just kind of brushing his hair.
So how far is like the gap between the ladder and the platform?
Maybe about like 3 feet, 4 feet, 5. No, probably like 5 feet. I mean, it's like, yeah, if you slip up, you'll probably fall down. But yeah.
I want to grab the charcoal hand
Someone shoot her, please.
and start gently caressing its palm.
Okay, so you reach out and you grab this hand and you start. It's like abruptly stops as you grab it, and then you start caressing its hand, and you feel like the leathery texture of its skin. You feel the bony structure underneath it, and you're just wiping the hand, and then it grabs your hand violently and starts pulling you upwards.
It's like the Scooby-Doo, like, mummy.
Yeah, roll me an athletics. Contested against my athletics, by the way.
Alright.
Let me
He's
find
like,
out what
oh,
this
you want
is.
to arm wrestle, do you? He says it in Scottish language.
Oh, I'll say, oh, I have a little tug of war, do ya?
Okay, that's an 11. Hold on, let me see.
Can I try and like cast a vicious mockery on it to
Please
and
let
make
me
it
win.
yeah,
This is
hold
gonna
on.
be so fun.
Let me see. I just need to find out.
We don't exactly know if it's bad yet.
It's old man Jenkins. It is. We're gonna have some fun
Arrest
right
me.
now.
I did not consent to this.
Okay. Yeah. So it's gonna try to grab or try to pull you. Let me just move this over a little bit. This is fun, guys, isn't it? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, our companion.
One guy fell asleep. And
molested
he's
by
like,
a-
all right, I guess I'll unlock the door for you. And then
All right,
I
so yeah,
had,
you guys are kind of doing a little tug of war in between. Like it's like it pulls a little forward, you hear, and then you pull a little forward, and you're like, no, 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 no. And then
Okay,
it's like,
so
Can I
who's
like?
this happening to?
this is happening to Erebos while Abel's
I
still
wanna
standing
ask-
there.
Whoever's touching the thing, if it's like warm or cold.
Is it?
It's warm in some spots, cold in others.
Can I stab it with one
half
of my
and
daggers?
half. I
I
love
think
it.
it's got bad circulation. It's a little bit warm and a little cold in some
Wait,
spots.
Abel said you're stabbing it with what?
With one of my daggers.
All right, so yeah, you go ahead and roll me an acrobatics, and then roll me an attack roll with your
God.
dagger.
Come on down here, you
Right,
cheeky
there you
little
go.
bugger.
Uh,
Yeah, he hangs on perfectly. He kind of swings his hand off, pulls the dagger out, spins it in his hand, and tries to stab it.
Oh, actually, I think I have that set up right.
What if the poor thing was a chimera? Edward.
Okay.
I don't think I hit it.
Yeah, you just kind of swing past it. So, like, what's going on right now is, like, Erebos and it are having a tug of war. Abel kind of just swings at it, and he's like, yeah. And, like, it doesn't even know
No,
it's getting swung
let
at
go.
just yet.
Let go.
Because it's just reaching its hand.
I would like to cast.
Eldritch Blast.
By the way, Xavier, your hand kind of came back to you and dropped the lockpicks back in your pocket. Because just keep in mind,
Yeah.
from this point forward, let me know what your mage hand does after you're done with it.
Right.
Otherwise,
Because it's got it could have a mind of its own, even though I command it.
it just
That's
keeps
right.
stealing your things.
Cast mage hand on it so that I can get an
Steals your things
advantage
for
to
1
pull it
minute. They're
down.
just
Yeah.
gone.
I'm not gonna cast Mage Hand, but I will cast. That's not. Why would I?
Cast Eldritch Blast.
Uh-oh.
Be a warlock.
I don't have Eldritch Blast.
He
I
dropped out.
gotta. Yeah, I'm coming back.
Okay.
Chill Touch, I think.
Okay.
In the meantime, off topic really quick. What is a superiority die?
That's
That's
part of
okay.
your fighter thing. So there's a specific die that you get for being something.
Okay, when the time comes, I'll have to figure out what that is.
Okay. I think Gagner would know what a superiority die would be for us. Maybe if you can type that out for Kristen while we're kind of doing this, that would be awesome if anyone knows about that. Let's see. Chill Touch. You create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with the Chill of the Grave. On hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage and it can't regain hit points until the start of its next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. Let me see. Okay. It doesn't say anything specific. Okay, yeah, so that's a 6 to hit. Unfortunately, the hand just kind of passes through it. And it, like, it just disappears into the wall behind it. You're still getting used to your new magic powers.
Is this like a separated hand or like a hand attached to something?
From him? From Xavier?
No, the thing
Oh, the hand that's
touching
reaching down?
them.
It's an attached hand. It's just a
Okay.
charcoaly looking arm that's
Yeah, I just want to make
that's
sure it's
playing
not like
back and forth
a
with him now.
levitating hand.
No, yeah, you know, from Xavier there are these
Yes,
floating
I know.
hands
I'm
that keep
making sure
coming out.
both hands, one of them is a real hand.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's just pulling
So-
back and forth.
Considering I'm just like right under this hole, do I see anything like looking down or anything like that?
Yeah, you see the visage of what looks like an elf that's been up there for like centuries. It's just like charcoal black. Its eyes are glowing yellow, like it doesn't have pupils anymore. Its wispy
Gollum,
hair
is that you?
floats in the air. Its wispy hair is floating backwards in the air, and like its ears are pointing up. It's dripping from its mouth. Its face is now caved in, almost looks skeletal. And yeah, it's just kind of like breathing heavily. Its chest pushing inward and outward. You can actually see its lungs
He's likes
collapsing.
the fishes.
You know, pushing through
Oh,
its
man.
flesh.
I want to pull harder on
And
him.
also behind it, roll me a perception. You're pulling harder on it, by the way. So roll me athletics,
Perception.
pull harder, and it's going to contest you as well. And then Abel, you're going to roll me perception.
Damn
Oh,
it.
man.
Oof.
Oh. Yeah, so you start pulling it closer, and like it's just getting closer to Abel's face. Like its face is coming closer to it. It takes you a little while to still pull it.
fail.
Come here, you cheeky little bugger.
Yeah, it as you pull it like forward, you kind of pull it halfway down so everyone else can kind of see what it is, and then it puts its hand on Abel's shoulder to keep it steady. It starts pushing down on Abel. So Abel, you're gonna get disadvantage to acrobatics checks as long as it
Can I
has its
just,
hand
like-
on your shoulder.
Like while I'm holding on with like one arm, can I just like use my other arm to try and push the hand that's on me off of me?
Yeah, we will get to that, but after you rolled that perception, you see behind it, up above you, you can see like shelving units that are up there that actually house like several different items. Like there's a pail, there's a broom, a mop, if you will, some different bottles, and different jars. Savian's sleeping again. So yeah,
Just rest my eyes. I'm listening.
go ahead and roll me
Sleep.
an athletics contested against its athletics to push its hand off you. Yeah, so you peel its fingers off of you, and it leaves like a bit of residue on your clothes from its flesh, and then it just grabs onto the ladder that's nearby you. So it's still being pulled down by Arabelle. It's like, and it's like it's like breath is now like hitting you, and there's little drips of drool kind of coming down onto your chest and your shoulder. Velkin, you're over by Crane, who is yelling out into the nether. He's like, I hate you! And it's echoing, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Just so you know, that's what's going on with him.
Okay.
And that's what happened with Abel?
No, that
No.
was Crane.
Oh, great.
So,
We already know he hates us.
Yeah, we don't care.
can I try again to like just while I have like one hand on the ladder, can I just like pull out one of my daggers and try and like stab it, like its hand that's holding onto the ladder?
I'm never going to get to question this thing.
Oh, I posted right there. I saw. Kristen, go to the Twitch and read that. Oh, you're not in Twitch? You probably won't be
No,
able
I
to-
have it.
Okay, read that. That's
It's going
what
to be
that
an
is.
eternal
Thank
tug
you,
of
Gagnor.
war.
Appreciate it. I'll have her read it.
Yeah, thank you.
So you're trying to stab it again, you said, right?
Yeah, just like one arm, I just like reach into my bag, pull out a dagger, and I just stab its hand that's holding onto the ladder.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I did it,
Right,
guys.
So yeah, you stab.
Got 2
you
damage though.
Yeah. You managed to stab it for 2 slashing. Where's my pen at? My pen's missing. Kristen, where'd you move it?
I didn't. There's a marker.
I got it here. I got it. Okay. So for 2. Okay, so you just kind of slash it across its wrist. It's not. It's not. It bleeds like a black blood.
Ooh.
And it just kind of
Must be
hisses at you.
emo.
It's like.
Its blood's black. It's gross.
And it
It's
says,
black
it
like my
says to
heart.
you.
Called axe.
It
I
says
don't
to
like
you. It's like, I wish to only take you above.
Take you
Take our
both?
what?
Take you above.
Oh. Well, why didn't you say that in the first
Come on,
time?
we're ready. Jeez, let me go.
You're crying now. So he slashes this thing, and he's crying now.
Man, what a sensitive bye-bye.
He slashes the poor thing and then cries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I just wanted to get them scared. Yeah. That's all I've got. What about you guys?
Yeah, Velkin's just kind of standing there as this is all playing out.
Sorry, I'm trying to read this.
I want to try chill touch again.
All right, so you're just constantly attacking this thing.
Yeah,
You let out
I
your
guess.
hand. Your little bony hand comes out from your hand, and it flies through again into the wall. You're still practicing your magic. I'll get it next time, guys. I'll get it next time.
I will.
All right, so the thing's
All right.
gonna try to pull back as hard as it can. Erebos, roll me contested. Athletics. Oh man, you keep it. You're holding on to this thing as hard as you can. It's like, let me go.
We have questions for you. Come down here first.
What questions do you have for me?
How the hell do we get out of here?
Out of where? You're not trapped.
We can't find our way back up to the top, up to the surface.
Talk to Manever. He will tell you everything.
We can't find Manever, that's the problem.
I wouldn't know where Manever is. I've been trapped in here for a very long time. You don't want to wake him, though.
And it lifts its hand up and points across the way, across the thing to Abel, where you were looking at the mound of fur.
What is he?
It's fur.
Not you simpering babe.
He was a barbarian a long time ago, just as I was an elf.
What happened?
They took me a long time ago, away from my people.
And then, let me just check the areas here.
What an explanation.
I'm trying to find the area that I don't have on my map for some reason. I'm pretty sure there's an area that I had in my map that I just
You know, next time I'll try to get some extra sleep. I don't know why I'm so tired.
There you go, man. Just try to stick with us if you can.
I'm trying.
Okay, let me just pull up my actual map, the drawn map. that I have,
Just
'cause-
drink a name brand Coca-Cola fizzling beverage product.
Yeah. Sponsored.
Yeah, I just love the corn syrup.
Okay. Here
No, he only loves the fancy waters.
Ugh.
He likes LaCroix. Okay, I'm just scrolling to my
I
map.
like Fuji.
Okay, yeah, so for some reason I didn't put this
I
on
like
my map.
Lafroig.
But, let me just... Okay. It says,
They took me away from Melgara Dune, the homeland of the elves.
Do I know any history about this area?
go
I
ahead and roll
do.
me a history.
Yep. Can I roll on advantage because I am an elf?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah! I'm just trying to pull up the actual information I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're not really familiar too much with like what Melgara Dune is specifically, but you do know it is, I guess, a place where elves of the upper echelon would live.
Yeah, he just told me it's like it's the area of the elves, and I'm like, elves.
Lagara Dune? That's where I was born.
That's elves over that way.
You were born in Melgara Dune? Is that why you pulled me down? Do you wish to bring me home?
If we can find our way out, I'm sure we could take you home.
We're just carrying around a band of misfits at this point. It's just like it's like
What do you want me to do? I'm trying to
we're just
persuade
like-
the guy to
we
give
got
me
like we got
information.
this one guy who's screaming at us because
We are
we
straight up
broken
less
his
of
dream.
adventurers and
We
more
got
of just, like,
Gollum and we got
life
the Jehovah's
fixers.
Witnesses.
And now we're getting Gollum on the team, and he's like, "Oh goodies, go home! Yes.
Yeah. Its glowing yellow eyes light up at the prospects of possibly making it home. It says,
Please do not slash me anymore.
and it looks at Abel.
What happened to the
You're
was
gross.
there another thing that was up
You're
there?
really
There
gross.
is another thing that's up there that I told you not to wake up.
Okay, that's what I was.
What was the other thing? What was the furry thing?
It told you that it was a barbarian before.
But what is it now?
You're
Not
guessing. You keep
barbarian.
whining.
It is now
I'm trying. I'm sorry.
It is now more bear than bar bear.
That was a bad pun. I don't like it.
I'm sorry, I was better in my former life.
I'm sure you were.
I'm just like taking. I'm listening to him. I'm shaking my head. I'm just taking notes. It's like it's pretty good material.
So now that we're not killing this thing,
I'll use that later.
I'll use that later. I'll just
I
put
wanna
that
ask
little
if
notepad
it
right
knows
back in my
anything
thing.
about the
I'll
other
get to it later.
areas.
You want to ask if it knows anything about the other areas?
Yes.
What specifically do you want to ask it?
What if they know anything about the Guild of the Bloodletter or the Halls of the Construct?
Okay. Once you ask it about the Guild of the Bloodletter, actually, its head kind of cocks to you. You hear its neck kind of cracking, and its
Oh,
hair just
God.
kind of wisps down, and it's just like,
Dragonborn.
is it Dragonborn or Dragon? It's probably Dragonborn, right?
It's Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Warrior.
I haven't seen one of your kind in such a long time. I do know that I must flip the switch every several hours to feed the Guild of the Bloodletter. As far as the halls of the construct, Ogrim locked me away here. Or should I say, Manever locked me away here once he summoned him.
Whoa.
Whoa. So from what you can get from it,
Oh,
It's a little
something has
gnome
happened in
locked.
the past where Manever has summoned forth a character named Ogrim, who locked, or who has pretty much sealed this creature into the halls of flesh. And now this creature controls a switch which feeds the Guild of the Bloodletter.
Creature / the elf thing you said?
The elf. I'm just calling it a creature because you don't know anything about it.
Well, I was just gonna ask you, do you have a name?
Manever told me that whoever found me would give me a name.
Well, what was it before he said that?
It scratches its head and it's like,
I do not recall. Please, you who found me,
and it points to Abel.
please give me a name.
Damn it.
Oh man. Well, you're
Give
kind of
me a
gross.
name.
And I have a really gross uncle, and his name is Steven. You could be Steven.
It like looks at its body because it's a female, by the way. Are you sure?
Sure, you want to call me Steven?
I don't know. You're kind of gross. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get over it. I'm a bard. Okay. I don't fight things.
I asked the elf
Obviously.
what she was called before.
We
Falcon
yeah,
already asked that.
They don't remember.
The creature doesn't remember.
okay.
It's like torn and tattered.
I'm going to call her Banshee because she looks like a Banshee.
Okay. So Xavier wants to call the creature Banshee. Abel wants to call it Steven. It's asked, are you sure you want to call me Steven to Abel? As it looks at its body
Sylvanas.
because it's a female.
Are we calling her Sylvanas?
Are my curves not perfect enough for you?
Like.
We'll call her Geronda.
Please try to refrain from using Warcraft names.
I just said Banshee because she looks like.
Wait. So we're calling her Jaina Proudmoore?
Arthas Menethil? Are you calling it Arthas Menethil? Go ahead, Chris.
Alright.
No, I.
Illidan Stormrage?
Rosalie.
Oh, please. Okay, wait. I had a character named Rosalie in another game.
Okay, then Rose.
Okay, I'm cool with Rose.
Rose
but-
quartz.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Great.
you guys are discussing this as a group. Like, it's looking at each of you as you propose a name, and it's
All
like,
right, Rose.
looking
I'm
interesting.
fine with Rose.
You're gonna call it Rose?
Are you guys good with that? I'm just like
Sure.
trying to
Logan,
gather myself
Damien?
emotionally. I'm just like trying to just slowly put myself back together. Since
Wait, why is he all like messed up? What?
You don't
is?
know that yet. I mean, it's just like
It's
Abel
just
has.
like that?
Well, so Xavier has opened up this
He
hatch.
seems to just be a coward.
Abel has gone up there and found two creatures hiding up there,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, it was reaching
I just
down.
missed where the crying came in. That's
Oh, he just started crying after he slashed it. Like, he just slashed it and started crying because I don't know if he was just upset or something. But
Because he needs a safe space.
he's just
It's against his mortal
All right,
code.
so the group agrees that you're gonna call the creature Rose.
Sure.
All right, I'll write its name down so we know of it.
I should probably write.
Rose, come hither.
Yeah. So it
Bring
looks
me more
around.
mutton.
Yeah, it looks
Come on,
around and
Rose,
it's
you
just
can
like,
come with us.
I now have a name. Rose.
Goody, goody.
Please. Please get me down from here. I do not want to fall.
Alright, I'll
Oh,
help her
Jesus.
down.
yeah. So you're gonna help her down. She's like grabbing onto the ladder piece and letting you hold her left arm. Abel, are you gonna try to resist her from coming down? Or you're gonna help her down.
Are you gonna throw rocks at her? Or are you gonna be like, get back up there?
I'll do neither. I'll just like kind of try and just get out of the way and be like, yeah, you can get down, but I'm not touching you.
Okay. Go ahead and roll
Wow.
the acrobatics
Wow.
to pull her down.
She's gonna turn. You know she's gonna turn into a beautiful
With
swan
advantage.
later.
She's gross.
Wow, what a douche.
and then like she's gonna be like, let me see, who do I think my from my escape? The people that were nice to me, or this one douchebag that cried it after he cut me.
Who do I give all this gold to? Well, I know who I'm not giving it to.
She likes
Some
the bad boys.
crybaby.
She likes bad boys that cut her arm
And then cry afterwards.
and then cry afterwards. That's what she's looking for.
Because they're
man.
so dang
Okay,
emotional
what are we waiting on?
and broken.
Well, it's like a
inside.
very sensual carry down from the top. Roll me acrobatics and see how nicely you carry her down with advantage.
Oh, God.
She's like reaching out to you, like you're gonna carry her as you grab her frail body. Like,
Okay, good.
yeah, you feel patches of her that are warm, patches of her that are cold. You can feel like the stitches that have sewn some pieces of flesh together onto her as you just grab her, and she kind of locks her legs around your midsection and her arms over your shoulders as you're carrying her like a baby, and she rests her head on your shoulder, which her hair is still wisping up into the air like ethereal like hair, and it's like brushing against your face, and she says,
Thank you, elf. What
You're
is your name?
I'm Erebus.
Well, Erebus, you can put me down now.
Alright. Now I put her gently down.
okay, so she like kind of steps down. She does not walk like a normal person. She walks like he's like Gollum, pretty much, like hunched over, kind of like crawling, you know.
Yeah, I want to ask Rose how old she is.
Well, it's been
Isn't that
about-
rude to ask a lady about her age?
I'm a lady, so
Yeah.
I don't think so.
She's counting on her fingers, and she goes 1, 2, 3.
It's been about 220 years.
Alright.
Don't elves last like thousands?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so she's still pretty young.
You don't know how old she was before.
But dang, crack is one hell of a drug.
Yeah, it's under meth kids. Yeah. He'll end up like Rose.
So can I like listen back up into the hole before I do anything else to like see if I hear any movement?
Sure. So how are you gonna listen up the hole?
Like I'm gonna crawl close to the hole and then kind of just like turn my ear to it and then get as
Roll
close
me
as I
a
can without.
perception. I think perception's dealt with hearing as well.
Was the rest of the group informed what else is up there, or just he only?
I did not mean to. hit
Well,
that.
when she was talking, you guys overheard her say, "Don't wake that."
Did we ask what it was?
Yeah.
She said it was more
twice.
rare than barbarian now.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you played Song of Rest. You just pull your.
Yeah, that was an
advanced-
accident. I misclicked. Sorry.
It's fine. You
I
just
rolled a
sleep.
14.
A 14? Okay, yeah. So you're able to hear this thing snoring.
All right. So, can I look up into the room just to see if I see anything like worth stealing?
Sure. Yes, you look up into the room, and you see laying near this creature that's hunched up in the corner. You can see. Let's see. Let me just type in what I was looking at. It is called.
You're welcome.
So you're looking around, and you see, like I said, those shelves that have kind of like the janitorial equipment on it, as well as the jars that are housing like kind of like a greenish liquid. You can see those, and you can also see. Sorry, I've got like I just have to find my listings. Sorry, I'm not used to looking through it this way. Oh, here we go. Awesome, cool. Load. Oh shoot, I just dragged something weird.
I think you guys know I'm already clipping.
You're clipping stuff, oh god.
Stealing
Okay.
stuff.
So yeah, you can see that laying by this creature are its weapons, because it's laid its weapons down. You can also see what looks like a diamond, a large diamond that is sitting just out in the open, just right next to its body. And it's like
Okay.
around this diamond, there are little bits of pebbles that seem to have like propped it up ever so slightly, so that the creature could maybe just look at it and appreciate it.
All right.
And you
So,
do see,
quick question.
sorry, let me just describe a little bit more to you. You do see off to the right of you, you see a makeshift bed of cloth and that's bundled up in a corner that has now like been soaked with the same kind of flesh color, the charcoal that is on the creature that is now down there that Erebos is held onto. By the way, Erebos, your clothes is kind of covered in as well. It like Rose leaves like charcoal markings as she walks across anything, as well as on your clothing.
That's
It can
good
be
to know.
wiped off, it can be washed off, but yeah, it's like if you were to pick up a piece of charcoal and wipe it on yourself. You do also see some paintings across the wall, and you do see like a carved harp that is next to Rose's bed.
Hey, what?
A carved harp, like an instrument.
Okay. All right. So, quick question. I got that. When we did the level up, do you want us to reset our spell slots or no?
I mean, just imagine everything is reset at this point. You know.
Okay.
Like you're good to go. But going into anything else, like it's just we will have it where it's a bit more harsh. Where like if we haven't rested or anything, we'll just keep them as they are.
All right. I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant to like walk over there, pick up that diamond, and bring it to me.
Okay.
Yes, bring it
Nice.
to me.
Yeah, so the unseen servant just kind of steps over. You see the diamond float up in the air, and it floats over to you, leans it down. Go ahead and roll me a stealth for the unseen servant with advantage.
With advantage?
Yep, with advantage.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh well.
There you go. Critical. All right. Yeah. So yeah, this thing grabs this hefty diamond, and brings it over to you, and drops it in your hand. Now you have a diamond. Go ahead and roll me a. Are you gonna like look at the diamond? Roll me.
I'm just pocketing it right now.
Okay.
Just for right now.
All right. So you just grab it. Okay.
Wait, you're a bard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I got confused.
Thought you were.
Thought you were a rogue for a minute.
Yeah.
Nah. And Bards might like to steal things too.
Again, there's stuff on the other side too. Like I said, those jars that are filled with the greenish liquid. You've got the mop, the broom, the bucket, and all that stuff of great worth. And then you've got the makeshift bed with that carved harp.
Yeah, I'll have it bring the harp to me as well.
Okay, cool. Give me one more stealth.
Other stealth. You
Yep,
got it.
advantage.
Oh, and just throwing this out there, if I see like the big boy move or start to get up, I'm going like right back down the hole, just to, like the bottom of the ladder.
Okay.
We know.
If you don't
Oh.
on your way.
Is
Well.
that with advantage?
Oh, with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
you're good. So yeah,
Much better.
He gently picks up the harp and brings it over to you. This is it's a bigger harp, so you can't pocket it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a carved harp of exotic wood with ivory inlay and zircon gems across it.
When I saw that
She's-
2-roll, I kept thinking of Borat. I'm a big about sneaky.
Yeah. She says, Rose sees you grab this harp out of like midair.
She's like, "Oh, you found my harp. You can have it. And since you gave me such a beautiful name."
All right.
And I'm sorry that
Technically-
you had a gross
technically,
uncle
we
named
didn't-
Steven.
I mean, technically, he didn't give her the name Rose. Who gave her the name Rose? I don't even remember.
Don't worry about it. We don't need to.
It's-
We don't need
The
to.
thing
I
is,
did.
it
worry
came
about that.
from. It has to come from Abel, so like you guys agreed upon it, and
Yeah.
Abel said the name is now Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
But
me.
it came from Erebos, if you really must.
And just for the heck of it, I'm gonna have my servant walk over to the jars with the green stuff in it, and I'm just gonna have him bring a jar over to me.
Okay. Cool. And you guys can act while he's doing
Yeah, I
this
was
too.
just gonna say something.
yeah.
But I was, okay.
With stealth.
You can roll me a stealth with advantage, yep. And then Velkin, what did you want to do?
I had a question. So I had picked up from, I think it's the altar thingy in the entrance of wherever we were in. I forget.
Mhm.
There's the plate gauntlet with gems. You said or
Correct.
something.
Mhm.
And I want to show Rose that and ask if she knows anything of what it
Let me
is.
see. She kind of grabs it in her hands and looks it over.
Well, I didn't give her it. I showed her.
Well, she
it.
snatched it out of your hand. She was like,
You didn't say where she was. Okay. You didn't say where she was in relation to me.
she was right next to you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, she's a little Terraporian little bugger.
I
Yeah.
want to grab it back.
Okay, so you grab it back from her. She's like,
I'm sorry. I haven't seen something so beautiful ever since I found that harp.
and she's like looking at it, and she's
Is this like the ring to her?
no,
My precious.
She said, "That is of Dragonborn descent. I'm pretty sure you would know more about it than I would."
If you want to roll to see what you know about it, you can roll me a history with advantage,
History. Oh, do I have to click advantage? At the
and
top?
roll me Arcana.
Do I have to click?
I think you click advantage. Yeah. I'm gonna screw my voice
Yeah.
up, by the way, doing Rose's voice.
Oh.
Tomorrow I'm gonna have no
You
voice.
said history.
It's fine. We'll just kill her, so you
Yeah,
don't
you
have
can
to
roll
do it
history
anymore.
with advantage. Yeah. Okay.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
Let's kill the other guy.
and then-
Let's kill the praise Talos guy
And you're
over
gonna roll
her.
me a Arcana.
With advantage?
No, not with advantage, just Arcana.
We already mentally screwed up one. We can't do both.
So
With
you do
advantage.
know that you have heard tales when you were a young little dragonborn child of great smiths of the faction of the Emberflesh and the Dragon Spear Authority. They are two factions that work together in the city of Bundar, which is in the world. And what this is a gauntlet that a lot of their guards would wear, and the Emberflesh are these dragonborn that are more of like wizards and sorcerers. They're actually more of sorcerers than wizards that are housed deep within the city. Bundar is or Bundar is a
Bundar.
city that is deep beneath the surface. That houses. It's actually like a huge dragonborn city. So you'd probably know a little bit more about it than anybody else. It has the Dragon Spear Authority, which are the guards that have these spears that are imbued with flame magic from the Emberflesh. the Ember Flesh are being guarded by the Dragon Spear Authority, so they can do their own workings down beneath there. There's stories that they might be trying to raise up some sort of flaming dragon of some sorts to empower themselves. And then there's also a huge trade city beneath. It's a huge trade city that have the grouping that is called. And I'm going to tell you more about the gauntlet here in a second.
Is it Undercity?
It's not Undercity, no. It's not Undercity. And then you have they are the I have a lot of groups. You have the Gilded Blade. So the Gilded Blade are in the marketplace in Bundar. And they are a faction created by a number of well-known traders within the city, a mixture of different races that focus on crafting high-end weaponry and buying and selling various goods. So all of those groups work together, and they probably have eventually forged this gauntlet, which is it's also part of a set. So like there's that gauntlet and another gauntlet. This one here in particular, those gems that are on there, house some sort of magic. You don't know what type of magic, but each one of them has an individual use.
Does the gauntlet's name start with infinity?
What? It's not.
I know that's
It's not
we
the
said that
Infinity
the last
Gauntlet.
time, but it sounds exactly like you're describing the.
I'm gonna write this down. Not
Not
Infinity.
Not Infinity Gauntlet.
Not Infinity Gauntlet. See Infinity
Gauntlet.
There's
Gauntlet.
just gems that happen to have particular things to each.
No, they're not particular
I have a
things,
certain
you just
set
don't know
of
about it.
gems,
Well,
and I will use those
sounds
gems.
Like an awful
You're
lot
not gonna like it.
something else.
Yeah, is anyone named Star-Lord in this group?
We could name Rose Star Lord.
Artemis
Oh,
is
you could have
close
named
enough,
Rose
yeah.
Star-Lord. That's true, yeah.
Oh man, we're missed a
Oh,
chance.
my
Then
Missed opportunity.
we definitely missed a bullet there, man. We could have went to space. It would have
Yeah,
been, it would be grand.
If she dies when then walks out from behind a rock, start being suspicious, yes. Okay.
She
yeah,
would have
so
wanted this.
This gauntlet itself is of great power. It might turn your skin purple if you were to put it on. And you might be Josh Brolin. No, it's not the Infinity Gauntlet. Jesus, guys. It's got a freaking dragon on it. Does the Infinity Gauntlet have a dragon on it? No, I don't think
It
so.
could.
If you say
What?
it hard enough,
No, it's got some gold inlay and all this other stuff. It's a big plate gauntlet. What do you want to do? You want to lick it? You want to hold it? What do you want to do with this gauntlet?
I want to do it all.
Part of a set. Is there another Infinity
I'm
Gauntlet?
gonna try it on.
All right, so you put this gauntlet on, and as you place this on your arm, you feel this immense strength blow through your body. The muscles that are on your arms start to flex up. Your chest muscles flex up. Your traps flex up. She looks bigger than ever. She's just like,
You lose
ugh.
all your hair. It becomes balls.
going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, you turn purple. You say the best I can do is $5, and you're not Rick from
Your
Pawn
voice
Stars.
suddenly goes down so many octaves.
Yeah, you're like, well, and Captain America runs out. You hold his hand. Yeah. So you feel stronger. You gain 2 points permanently to your strength.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
0, which doesn't help.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna be adding more items to the game. I won't be buffing everybody, so don't get any ideas. I've just been watching a lot of videos on giving items out.
Woo!
Real quick, what happened with the green liquid? I rolled the 9 for a
Yeah,
stealth.
okay. So the green liquid, it dropped one jar, shatters on the floor, and rolling over to you looks like a small animal fetus. And then the other...
Right?
I said fetus, yes, not the other word that you think I said. And the other, like, it looks like your unseen servant kind of like, it stops for a second, almost like look over to the other side. And then it carries another jar over to you. And let me see if it wakes up. Nope, you're good. So, yeah, so it brings the jar over to you, and holding in front of you is, go ahead and roll me a d4.
Who?
is the left ear of some sort of creature, or not a creature. It's of like a. Roll me a.
Nature.
I don't know what to do. Roll me a medicine.
Medicine.
Yeah, to determine what type of like species this comes from. Because it looks kind of like a human ear, but it's actually a halfling ear. And on the jar, written in Elvish, are some words. Do you read Elvish? Because you're elf. You're
Yeah.
elf, right?
I'm half
On
elf.
the jar, it says, obtained from halfling of Lotharian. And I'll write that out for you.
Oh man, I'm debating whether or not I want to keep this ear.
It's like a pickled ear, or like like not fermented, but it's like, it looks like they're, whatever those jars are, either Rose kept them or someone else kept them up there as a display of like medical things. So like someone would house like ears, or like some sort of like small pig or something. Like,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much what rolled out to you, was like a small pig or boar fetus that's like
Yeah.
laying on the floor.
So, before I get off of the ladder, I'm gonna I don't know, reach over to hand the harp that I got to someone, so that I don't have to jump with it.
Okay.
So
Who do you hand it to? Xavian's the only one who's
Xavian.
paying attention right now.
he's the one that's here.
Yeah,
Here,
I'm
take
so
this.
paying attention. Wow. Man.
So
Yeah.
So you just
I'll
grab the
just-
harp from him. Oh,
I'll
thanks.
just
Yeah.
hand it to you. And I'll
Yeah, what's up, man?
hold on,
Thanks.
please.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So yeah, you grab.
You
it
want me
from
to
the
play
back.
you song?
I'll play it
Alright.
really loud for you.
None. I guess I'll ask.
Well,
for
I
some
play a
help
really
to get
good
back
metal
over.
heart.
All right, so you're gonna hand it to him and ask for some help to get back down.
Yeah.
All right, so Crane pushes everyone out of the way and he says, "I'll help you. I've already lived long enough. If something happens to me, it doesn't even matter." And he reaches out to you to help you. So roll me an acrobatics with athletics to get down.
Athletics with advantage or no?
Yep, with advantage because he's helping you down.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Think.
You hop down and you lean backwards, like whoa, as he grabs you from the waist, and you're kind of just leaning back, and then you snap back up and you fall on top of Crane as you guys both roll, and you're fine. You're safely on the platform.
All right.
Okay.
Now, can I have my harp back? I'd like to hold on to it.
Oh, yeah, sure. And I hand it back to him.
Roll me a performance.
Oh, gosh.
I
Oh,
just want to hear how
goodness.
good that was. Oh my god. It's
Wow.
perfect. It's bam 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 bam, and it echoes out. And he's like, "Here's your heart back." He's always played that. And Rose closes her eyes to listen to it. She's like, "Oh, that's
So beautiful.
I'm glad you think so, Rose.
It's like I'm back in Melgar-Dune.
Well then.
It reminds me of that minute when he told me to hold the harp, and I played it as comedy, but then I actually played it okay. So that's what it reminds me of.
She looks at you all weird and she says,
Well, maybe you can be a jester for the Queen of Marble.
And we're done with our conversation.
"You're too good for her. You're like an agent. I feel like you're from Los Angeles. You're just yeah, the conversation's over. Thanks.
Just occurred to me we're
Yeah, hit me up with the big times call.
I think we should move on somewhere else.
Okay.
real quick. Can I, since Unseen Servant lasts for an hour, can I not even trying to be stealthy? I just want to see if I can move the weapons that the thing had over to the edge and just push them down the hole.
What
Roll me
weapons?
roll me a stealth, but not with advantage this time.
All right.
Wait, so You want to have the invisible servant push weapons, which will make a lot of noise,
Yeah, just down the hole. Like, down, like, the hole into
Yes,
a bunch of
no.
bodies.
while we're still in the vicinity,
We're gonna
Yeah.
fight
and the
that
servant can't be seen.
Yeah,
So they will see only us.
we can run really fast.
thing. No, we're gonna fight this thing. Go
They'll have
ahead.
to,
You
like,
have to
come
keep in
down.
mind, you need to know the code to
Cue
get out of
battle
the
music.
So I'm going to scroll.
I have it.
You know what the code is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so...
Yeah, she has the code for all the
Yeah.
doors.
So you just see a bunch, like you see two weapons just fall down the hole and just... It just lands into the thing and you hear...
I want to run to the platform.
As this thing is...
I want to join her.
I'll
Same.
just casually jog over there.
We're all gonna join her.
Are we all at the
And I want to
platform?
push Abel off the
And I'm taking
platform.
Crane with
Oh
me.
my god.
I'm taking
I grab
Crane
onto
with-
Airbus.
Hold on, wait, hold on. Let me get everyone's individual things. So Velkin, what are you doing?
I'm taking Crane with me and getting on the platform.
You grab him by the collar and you pull him onto the
Yeah.
platform. Xavian, what are you doing?
I'm gotta get onto the platform.
Alright, he's just like...
Don't want to stay here.
Just flops over to the platform half asleep. Erebos, you said you stand on the platform, but it's Abel gets on, you push him off, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then Abel,
Wow.
you said you're trying to grab onto who?
Airbus to, like, try and just pull myself on, even though he's trying to.
So I need a
push me.
contested athletics from both of you guys. He pushes you, and
I
then
can't
you're trying to
believe
shoot.
Erebus is gonna kill him this time.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm the one who normally doesn't do this.
No, yeah, exactly. Like Erebos is angry at this point. Oh. And that was a 14 from you, Erebos.
Yep.
It lagged.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Did
14.
yeah.
All right, so yeah, you
Versus
see
6.
Abel fall off the platform. He's like falls, but then like the nether is like holding him up for like certain areas. He's flipping in circles, and he gets thrown, and he lands on a floating rock, and now he's out in the nether, and he's floating on a rock.
Don't worry, I'm sure his unseen servant can help him get back.
Oh.
You know what?
What is Rose doing?
Oh yeah, Rose kind of like it's like run, and she runs onto the platform. And you see as you guys are standing there, this big huge ball of fur just kind of flies down the ladder, breaks all of the pins of the ladder, and just jumps off the wall. And you can see it's like as it lands, the claws dig into the floor. This thing is almost like half bear, half boar, and it's standing upright, and it's just like staring directly at you guys, and it's like snarling, and it starts running towards you.
Orb. T337.
T337 is
Bloodletter.
okay. Guild of the Bloodletter.
So, can I.
Transporting.
Where am I?
You're
Like,
in the nether.
relative
You're in the
to
nether on a
anything.
rock, and the platform starts moving over you.
Over.
I will
Yeah.
remember
Can I, like, try
you.
Jump onto it?
All right, so go ahead and roll me
Do I have
an
anything?
acrobatics with advantage
Alright.
as you jump off of the rock, and you're like, "Wait for me!" And by the way, the thing is also jumping to the platform. Acrobatics 16. So you jump and you manage like the arcane energy that is. Hold on, I gotta pull up the stat list for the thing before I roll that. As you jump up, that arcane energy that is on the bottom of the platform, like, whips you in all different directions. So you're like spinning in a circle underneath this platform. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Man, that noise though. Woo! Woke me up.
Oh my god, yeah, you're vomiting at this point. The whole bottom of the platform is now covered in whatever Abel ate earlier that morning. And you manage to latch yourself onto the corner, and you're holding on, but your pants are now dangled around your ankles as, like, the thing is just, like, just flapping your pants back and forth. As the energy is trying to pull your body back down underneath it. As the platform moves across, it eventually locks into place. By the way, oh, sorry, it doesn't move yet. I need to find my stat sheet for the creature.
Creature.
But guys, it doesn't have weapons. And I'll remember this. You know what? This is.
I'll remember this.
You can't remember it if you're dead. Quick, to this foot.
Okay.
Actually, that's right. If you have to roll a new character, you won't be able to remember this.
Okay.
Just
like what you said
continuously playing
earlier
this
with
game is
Artemis.
just continuously playing this game as a new character each session.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
as the
like I
creature
wonder why I
jumps-
keep dying.
By the way, the creature jumps and misses the platform and falls into the nether. You see its body
Woo.
get torn to shreds as the fur is just flying everywhere and blood's flying everywhere. It just blows up.
These are great sounds.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm working on it.
It's waking me up.
So you lock over to the Guild of the Bloodletter, and as you lock into place, there are no codexes in front of you, but there are 2 guards that stand in front of you, both in full plate armor, both with spears, and they have tabards on their chests that
Oh
have
boy.
like just more of like a stone face on front of them, and on the front of them, and it's behind it are like 3 bars, just 3 solid bars behind it.
Do we see? Are they human? Something?
They're humanoid. Yeah, they're humanoid. You can't see like their ears or anything, so you don't know if they're elves
Okay.
or anything like that. But they're wearing full like plate helmets.
Okay.
I just try and climb back up onto the platform.
Sure, roll me an athletics. No advantage or no disadvantage. And then roll me an athletics for your ankles.
Those poor ankles of yours.
Yeah, so one of your ankles snaps as your pants fly off, and you now have a broken ankle, and you managed to get up on the platform with no pants on.
All right.
You just hear, ah! Now, with the broken ankle, I'll have to look up the specifics on it, but for right now, you will have like disadvantage on acrobatics.
Airbos. I swear.
And I
to
think he
God,
gets only half of his movement too.
Yeah, so that would make
When
sense.
we get out of here.
When we get out of here, I
Okay.
think you'll decide never to use your unknown servant to make noise to screw with the group again.
Do we see anything else besides the gate and the 2 guards, or is that kind of like?
That's your entrance. So like you have the 2 guards, you have this wooden door that they're just guarding. It has chains on it, and that would lead like it would lead you to believe that the door would open with the use of these chains.
Do they see Rose or react in any way?
Yeah, they just hold their spears kind of outward, just as like guards would do if you were to approach kind of like a castle structure. They don't really react to Rose in the way that you would imagine. They don't like attack her or anything.
Well, like surprise or anything.
No, yeah, they're not surprised. They saw you guys coming from a mile away. You guys kind of transferred over.
All right.
So yeah, as you're walking over, Erebos, hopefully he's okay, not choking on anything. Yeah, so as you're walking over,
Good.
you're good. Okay, cool.
Good.
I don't need you dying before my Guild of the Bloodletter. So yeah,
He doesn't need you dying before he kills ya.
so as you step over there, the guards, point out to you. Their voices. I'm not gonna do wispy voices, but their voices are not like. They're not like normal humans. They're more of like humans that. I don't know. It's a little bit like raspier, I guess. So they say,
What brings you to the Guild of the Bloodletter?
"What
I
business
have
do you have here?"
Never mind, I'm too tired to answer.
We
I
are
was gonna
lost.
say-
We are trying to find our way out.
Your way out would be back that way. If you have any tokens on you, though, we would be interested.
Tokens of what?
Well, I would say tokens or a sacrifice. We are looking for. Let me just double check what they are. We are looking for tokens of the Bloodletter. You can find them on feral vampires. What's up?
No, I'll touch up on it later.
Okay.
It's fine.
Did I miss something? I see Durgar on Undercommon. I probably messed up. She probably would have known what that was, because she knows Undercommon.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know
Yeah.
dwarves speak that.
I didn't know either, so that's kind of news to me. Okay, but yeah,
Anyways.
so they say, you know, what business is it that you have here? Do you bring us tokens? And they're talking about tokens of the bloodletter. They keep mentioning that, or a sacrifice. And they say if you bring us one or the other, that will get you into the center chamber of the guild.
But what's in the chamber?
Well, we do have a marketplace within our halls that could bring you much wealth. You can bring us vampires, and I said vampires like whitest kids you know. You can bring us, some, you know, fair. You can bring us feral vampires, and we will use them as a sacrifice or give you tokens, dependent on what.
What are these tokens you keep talking about?
What are you asking them?
Yeah.
Well, we use them for our marketplace. Only vampires carry these tokens.
So basically, he wants a bribe to let us in.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just throwing this out there, I'm putting on my pants from my fancy clothes because I only put on the
Now
shirt
you got
earlier.
fancy pants.
Yeah, I got
You
fancy pants.
All right, you pull it over your broken ankle, and you put your fancy pants on. Your ankle's now swollen, like a lot.
But dang, fashionable, man. Like, whoo.
Did I take any damage, like hit point damage?
No, it just snapped. I'm just gonna say it snapped.
The fashion police, though, man. They take all the damage points away.
Mending work.
I want to ask the guards if they can tell
No,
us
it
more
won't.
on the halls of the construct.
The halls of the construct.
Yeah.
He says, "Yes. Well, I'm sure you already know of Ogrim, the man who built all of these structures."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
you were talking.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna go on.
Well, word has it that he's building a weapon or some sort of item to restrain or imprison Severian the Soulless. You do know of Severian, don't you, Surface Dweller?
We've heard.
Who doesn't?
Yep.
So yeah, so what they're saying is he's working on something at the moment to imprison him. So that he's working on something good for you guys. He says, what business do you have with the halls of the construct in Ogrim? Do you wish to speak with him?
I don't know.
I saw. Or well, go ahead.
Interjecting this, what was mentioned earlier about restoring something in the main, like, upper level or something?
Yeah. So they were mentioning that there was. I think you guys asked a question about the codexes and like restoring something. I don't know the specifics on what you asked. I know Xavier probably asked it while he's sleeping. Well, just let him sleep.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can sleep if you want. I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'm losing too much information. Like, I feel like I just need to go.
you can
Like,
just
I'll be
watch it
honest
back.
with you.
We'll have Xavier tag along.
I have some things written down for future reference, but guys, I just need to sleep.
I mean, it's coming up on 12 anyway. We could honestly
Yeah.
probably just start wrapping it up.
Oh, I don't want to wrap it up. I just want to keep going.
Well, yeah.
I mean, me too, but
I know.
I don't want Artemis
It's,
to
if
die.
who wants to keep going, we'll keep going.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want to drift
But I
too
feel
far
like
away and miss
to
out
be
on
fair
stuff.
for Artemis, because if he doesn't remember like any of what we do, kind of
Yeah.
loses a good bit for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
'Cause I want to keep going too, but
I don't mind if you guys keep going. I don't mind if you guys keep going as long as I get in the continuing the loop like later in the week. Like, that's fine by me. It's just that like I woke up at 3 today and like reasonably I was like, I'll go through it, and then like here I am like falling asleep on you guys, and that's unfair to you. But yeah, I have some things written down for future references, like outside this cave or whenever we get out of here, if we get out of here, that is. But yeah, so I'm just gonna and I'll try to keep in the loop later. But guys, I hope you guys, if you guys continue to do the thing tonight, that's fine by me. But just keep me in the loop, and I'll be ready for the next one.
Yeah, if anything, you and I can get together and talk a bit more about it. I would like to play a little bit longer if you guys could. Just
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I don't mind, so I'll see you guys some other time.
All right, see you around. Thanks for playing.
Night night.
All right, see you around.
Later.
Yeah, I just want to play a little bit longer just to get a little further along in the
That's
story.
fine. Yeah. What was it? Was to we had to fix something in order to do what? Was it to open one of the doors or something? Was that what
It wasn't
it was?
to open the doors. It was to just find, I think, some information out about the codexes or something. I don't remember the specifics.
Right
but-
now, we've pretty much been just trying to figure out how the hell to get out of here.
Well, I'm not even trying to get out of here. I just want to see kind of what is down here if it's of significance. But I guess, I mean, at this
I
point,
want to run into those kennels.
Was that back in the halls of the flesh?
We don't actually know where it is.
It's in the halls of the
Oh,
flesh.
it
Yeah,
is-
it's
it is-
somewhere in
He
the
doesn't
halls
know
of the
where it
flesh.
is specifically in the halls of the flesh.
I want to ask: do the guards know anything about cages or 4 cages somewhere?
4 cages. I mean, well, they don't know specifics about the halls of the flesh, other than
No,
he says
they
the
don't.
halls of the flesh provide us with the sustenance we need to survive as vampires.
Hmm.
You just what the hell? How did the cameras get messed up again? I just fixed them. Oh, it's Artemis's cam. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, cool. We're good.
I feel like if
Did
we
you
go,
catch what they said, by the way? What did they say?
some of the vampires, yeah, they're vampires.
Okay, just making sure.
It's probably like some weird like vampire town behind the door then.
Welcome
Have,
to
like,
Vampire
massive
Town.
vampire orgies or something.
Oh my god, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I didn't
So,
write
they're
that in the story.
sacrificing and stuff. I don't.
Hey, you guys want to join our vampire orgies? Bro, we like people with broken ankles specifically.
Oh yeah.
Because there's blood everywhere, you know. It's
I mean, it's either we backtrack and try to find that, or we try going maybe to halls of the construct, because we can't get in here without tokens or sacrifice unless we want to kill Rose. Not being said where Rose can hear
What?
it, but
Crane.
So,
And Crane walks up to you, Velkin, and he says, "Velkin, I've come to terms with it that my god is nothing."
you're not dying. Go get out of here. Okay.
You're not dying. Lane. Go back. Go sit down.
Quit being a mopey shit. Sit down.
He goes back over to Rose and he pets her hair.
God, we have to carry him through the entire game.
He might. I mean, it's up to you
Go
guys.
sit down.
Go sit down, okay, Crane.
I don't
Crane,
know.
sit.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do? You
Uh,
have a lot
Back
of
to the-
options.
Back to the halls of the flesh, then, I guess.
You can tell what Erebos wants to do.
I think they already know what my goal is here, so I'm not gonna say it, but
Yeah,
I think it's pretty obvious at this point.
maybe. Yeah, Erebos has a goal in mind. Abel has a goal to probably keep his ankle in one piece.
yeah. I'll just be like hobbling on my longsword,
Yeah. You're just like, don't you have a
like
staff or
using it
anything
as a
like that?
crutch.
Oh yeah, we
What?
abandoned him at the halls, didn't we?
No, you didn't abandon Abel. He
He
climbed
caught
up.
on the thingy.
Yeah, he climbed
Oh,
up onto the platform.
okay.
His ankle's
Yeah,
not busted.
you didn't
His
kill me.
pants- His pair of pants are flipping around on the bottom of the thing, so you're just here
Okay,
fluttering
so
like.
It's still early.
the
Oh, you too, buddy. You too.
was it the bloodletter or flesh where we last left the thing that was launching at us?
It died. The thing that jumped out
Oh,
was
okay.
flesh.
Yeah.
But where was that at?
Flesh.
My plan worked, alright? I got rid of that thing and we didn't have to fight.
We could have just snuck past it
I
easily.
guess let's all gather on the platform.
But it's gone.
Go back to Halls of the Flesh.
Out of existence, out of mind.
Okay.
Is that the plan?
I mean, Erebos wants to go there. Abel, it's up to him, you know?
Halls of flesh? Sure. So long as Erebos doesn't come near me.
Can't guarantee it. Orb 77 PS 5554.
Halls of the flesh. Teleporting. I mean, not teleporting. Halls of the flesh. Transporting. So it breaks free, travels across, rotates 90 degrees, and then goes straight back to the halls of the flesh, in which, as you guys are passing through, there's bits of tufts of hair and blood kind of floating in the air as you go through the area. And there's like a couple claws and teeth floating, an eyeball floats past you. And then, yeah, you land on the halls of the flesh. You see the door is still left open, the ladder is still destroyed, and the flesh has grown a little bit since you've been there last, back onto the areas where it's been torn from. What would you guys like to do? You step off from the platform.
So where are we able to like break the stuff that's grown over, like the flesh?
You can do whatever you want. You can try to do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm gonna try to fuck it up then.
Alright, so you just walk over to...
I'm gonna get, I'm gonna use a weapon, not just my fists.
I don't know, just tell me what you want to do.
I don't know, I gotta see what I want to use.
There's no... The doorway is still open.
No, you said that there's two side
Yeah,
things.
two side places, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm
You can
talking
spit
about.
acid, correct?
Yes.
Why not make things simple?
Well, because I was debating if I want to use my acid breath, alright? Gotta figure out where I'm going.
She's like, as she has a gauntlet and her biceps are just like in the air.
Alright, so the door was the thing on the top though, right?
The door,
Yes.
yeah, it's open.
And then there's, what was left and right again?
Left and right are two like flesh created like prisons.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
With two
darkness.
creatures inside that
Yeah.
we can tell are humanoid.
Yeah, one on the right side was like elven feet, and the one
Oh,
on the
right,
left side was
right.
like bigger feet, and it was like kind of scratches on the wall and that.
So are we wanting to go left or right, or do we want to go up and see if there's anything else up there? Which I don't think
Abel
there-
had his unseen servant up there picking things up.
so-
Yeah.
Okay, just let you know.
Well, I'm just saying, we didn't check if there was like doors or anything, did we?
Nope, did not.
Alright, I want to
We
go
should-
up there and see if there's anything up there.
Okay, how are you gonna get up there?
I have a rope. Can I throw it at something?
How do you want to throw it at something?
Is there anything I can like?
I can
put it
have
onto?
my unseen servant catch it.
How's your unseen servant gonna get up there? Do they fly up there? Do they
He's
fly
still up there.
You said it was left up
Oh,
there.
the unseen servant's
he-
still up there.
Does he have a weight limit?
I think it's somewhere around like 10 pounds, maybe?
So you
Or is
can't
that
really-
mage
yeah,
hand?
oh yeah, he can just pick small things up. He can like carry the rope up there. He might be able to tie something off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah,
Alright, so you throw the rope up to the
yeah.
unseen servant that you can't see.
Uh-huh.
All right, roll me an acrobatics with disadvantage because you can't see him at all.
Make sure you hold on to one end,
Yeah.
just in case we mess this up.
Wow, with disadvantage of 14, so she throws it into just nothingness, into the air, and it just stays still, the rope. And then the unseen servant kind of shakes it around like, what do you want me to do?
All right, Steven,
Steven, the
You're
unseen
Steven
servant's
now.
not named Steven. Is that your uncle? Or it was
Maybe.
your uncle, maybe.
This boy really wants a Steven in this game.
I need a Steven.
You wanted to call the female charcoal elf thing Steven.
Well then, Steven.
Is it so you can get even with Steven?
Oh.
Even Steven. Go tie that around something that looks sturdy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a... Let me just check your character sheets. I need to see, because I don't want to call in the same stats every single time. Let's see, Falcon, let me pull your sheet up here, just so I can take a gander. Roll me an investigation for your unseen servant to like find something to tie it off on.
14.
All right, so he ties it around the bottom portion of the shelving unit that's in there,
Okay.
which is covered in like buckets and jars and all of that stuff. And then the unseen servant comes over and kind of like pulls on the rope to signify that it's been tied off.
All right. All right. He's done.
Is
That's
your
that's
climb up
that.
there?
Okay, climb up it.
All right, go ahead and roll me an acrobatics to climb up. Or sorry, athletics, my bad.
Nice.
All right, so you pull the shelving unit all the way to the point where, because you're so like you're heavier, so you just go, and you're hanging kind of halfway down that slide, and the shelving unit falls and locks in place above you, and now you've got like so much tension on you that you could climb up there, but now the shelving unit's blocking the top. You have to like have someone smaller climb through the portions of the shelving unit. And my bad. Roll me 4 dexterity saving throws as the jars fall off from the shelf down
Where
towards
do I
you.
find the saving throws?
It's just right there. You're in the right area. See saving throws? Dexterity. Roll
Oh.
4 of them. So these are for individual jars. Okay. One jar smashes on your horns, like, and just you feel like just green, like cold liquid all over you, and there's like a bit of like boar intestines that are now draped over your shoulders from the jar.
Alright.
So
Nice.
you guys see her, like you see these jars fall down, and you just hear, and then like if you guys look down into the hole, you see that Velkin's hanging onto this very taut rope now. She has boar intestines just draped over her shoulders, and she's covered in like a liquid.
You're doing great. Just a little more.
Crane says, Velkin, are you alright?
Yeah, someone smaller needs to go up because the shelf fell. So, who's coming up?
Are you gonna climb back up, or are you gonna stay hanging?
I can't climb. You said I can't climb through the thing, so.
Yeah, you can't climb through it, but you're hanging on a rope in like the
I'm
middle
gonna
of
climb back
climb down, because you're. So what happened with you was you fell lower, so you're down that tube a little bit. So you have to climb back up to get back on the platform.
That's fine. Climb where I was, I guess.
All right, athletics. You're still in the same area. You like kick off the walls, and the liquid like is just like sliding on the side of the walls. So you sure on the walls. I can't do a squeaky noise, but you know what I'm saying. Sure, whatever. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she says that someone smaller needs to climb through. Rose says,
I can climb through if you want me to.
she kind of walks over. Just, you hear her like claws tacking on the floor.
No offense, Rose, but you're like about to die in 2 seconds, so I don't think you're the best person to go up there.
I may have died a long time ago.
I put my faith in Rose.
I put my faith in Rose. Rose for president.
Really, after stabbing her?
Slicing her arm.
I just want her gone for right
Figure
now.
out
Don't like
If
looking at
Rose
her.
was a vampire?
You didn't figure that out.
Rose, are you a vampire?
Whoa.
She feels on her like teeth. You can see she's got sharper fangs. Yes.
She says, I suppose. But I don't feel any sort of hunger for blood
Wow.
just yet.
We gotta kill Rose.
I don't know. Maybe she can tell us when she's like feeling like, I don't know, killing one of us.
Or it'll just happen because she's not thinking about it and really weak, and then she'll just kill one of us.
Fair
But then
warning
she'd be really-
that
What? I wouldn't kill any of you. Especially him.
Points over at Abel.
She says, do you need...
Rose, if you wouldn't mind, could you potentially get up there and move the shelving unit out of the way?
Roll me a persuasion.
You got
dead.
it, boss.
She said performance. So you're like, can
Oh,
you please go up there? And okay.
They're right next to each other. I
so
misclicked.
perception was also wrong.
Oh
So-
my god.
Like, can you please
There we
up
go.
there into the shelf? I can see it. It's beautiful. The shelf.
man.
And she's like,
That's a beautiful song.
Shush, hold on.
Clicking on the
Erebos
right
is
button
trying
is
to-
hard.
Erebos, what's up?
If I drop out, apparently the lightning and thunder are getting really bad. So, fair warning.
Okay, where are you located? Like, are you-
Michigan.
Michigan. Oh, you're not too far from
Michigan.
We're getting married in Michigan. Ugh.
Cool.
Yeah.
Where in Michigan are you?
Milan, south of Ann Arbor, north of Dundee.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up because we're gonna be.
Yeah, I
Up,
don't think that's near.
yeah,
where
we're gonna be up
at.
near Whitehall when we get married.
It's like Muskegon area.
Muskegon, yeah.
Whitehall.
Yeah, so that's gonna be in October.
Yeah, again closer to Muskegon. Maybe Grand Haven or kind of that way.
Mm-hmm. All right. So if you do drop out though, then we'll probably just end it if you get disconnected for some reason.
Okay.
But yeah, so she agrees to go up there based on your beautiful song that you sang to her, Mr. Bard, and everything you saw from your perception roll. So yeah, she climbs up the rope into the through there, and she kind of like peeks around, make sure that creature's not there, and steps up into it, and she says,
What is it that you want me to do?
If you can just move the shelving unit out of the way of the hole so that we can get up easier, that would be great.
Okay, so she pushes the shelving unit as hard as she can. Let's see. And she manages to push it out of the way of the trap door, and it lifts you up just a little bit, where you can peek over the top of the hole, but you still have to climb up.
Can I see
I did it!
anything from what I can see?
Yes, you did. Wonderful.
You're not all the way up there.
I knew
You're
you
just,
could do
just
it.
above the circle.
Can I just keep climbing?
Yeah, sure, athletics. All right, yes, you managed to finally climb up through the trapdoor, and now you're up there with Rose. She's now like
Oh,
hunched.
come on.
Yeah, she's hunched over the shelving unit. She's just looking at you.
Great.
She's not looking at you like she's gonna eat you or anything.
Not yet.
Man.
Do I see anything in the room as far as like a door or something?
You don't see. I mean, you don't really see a door per se, but you do see. No, actually, I take that back.
From where like the bookshelf was too, was there anything like behind that?
Yeah, there's like the halls kind of go back, so it's like straight like this, and then it has a little inlet back that way. So do you walk back and look in those areas?
Yes.
I want to inform the rest of the group of what's up there, and then see what we should do.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean the shelf has fallen over. There's mops and brooms that have fallen on the ground. There's a bucket. There's a bed that's covered in like the charcoal material that's on Rose's skin. And then you also see that there's like scattered pebbles across the way on the floor. And then there's also a bit of like fur, and that was like on the floor, like from something shedding. And that's about it that you can see from there.
When you're saying charcoal, are you mean just the color, or literally like charcoal as if she was like burned?
You don't know that. Like it's just a charcoal like substance.
Oh.
You don't know yet.
Taste it and figure it out.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah. So what do we want to do? Should I check it out, or are you guys gonna come up and we'll all check it out?
We should all probably be up there before any of us go exploring, just for safety.
Agreed.
Okay. So if you guys all agree to go up there, Rose is gonna reach her hands down to pull you guys up to help you. So you're gonna get what is it? Advantage on your athletics to climb up. So Crane's gonna go first. All right. So yeah, he makes it up there just fine, and then he's also gonna reach down to help you guys up. So also same with advantage. So go ahead and roll whoever's going up there next.
Are we doing advantage or advantage plus?
Is there an advantage plus?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an advantage
Oh, cool.
plus.
Do advantage plus then. I've never heard of what that is.
And you said athletics, right?
Correct. Cool. Yeah, you make it up just fine. And Abel, with your busted up ankle.
It's athletics.
It's athletics, not acrobatics, yeah. Cool. Yeah, you make it up just fine, but your ankle scrapes across like the ladder pieces, and you just feel it. You're like, ah! And they pull you up.
Wonderful.
Now you guys are all up in the trapdoor area.
So is there any light source or anything, or are we just relying on our dark vision?
You're relying on your dark vision.
I do have
Oh.
torches on me.
Yeah, it'd probably be best for Crane.
Yeah, Crane's like, what is going on up here? What do you guys see?
Do
As
we
he
wanna
bumps into the
use
unseen servant.
Just like one torch, or do we want a couple torches?
Why don't we just have the unseen servant lead him around?
He just grabs his shoulders and pulls him around.
I mean, it would save us from having to waste a torch on him. We can see
Well,
just
when
fine.
else are we gonna use torches, though?
Situations.
Just use a torch. Maybe we could burn something on the way.
You're right, there are vampires.
So you light a torch.
Ooh, do I want to light a torch? That question made me maybe not want to light a torch.
Okay. It's like, do you want to eat
Whether
food?
it is
Moo,
noble
maybe
in
I
the
don't wanna eat
mind.
food.
Fuck it, I'll light a torch. Okay.
Alright, so she lights a torch, it sets ablaze, and then it illuminates the room to those who cannot see with dark vision. And you can see her bed. Crane is like, standing by Valken as she walks with the torch. And as you walk around the corner, if you're going to walk around the corner, you see that there's another one of those doors that you just came through from the top. It leads downward. It's on the floor.
Okay.
And by
Can
the
I
way,
check for
Xavier's
traps?
tagging along with you guys too.
Who is?
Xavier, remember, he's
Oh,
away. He's not
yeah,
just
yeah.
like sleeping. Maybe you know what? He's probably standing guard down at the bottom.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, what's the
Can
question,
I-
Abel?
Can I check for traps on the door?
Sure, investigation.
Investigation. That one.
Yep, there are no traps on the door.
Alright. I
There's
guess
also no
I'll
lock
open
on
the
it.
door.
Do we want to open that door, or do we want to check the other side first and see what's there?
Good point. Let's probably do that.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys go to the other side?
Yep.
Same thing, but on that side the door is broken. Open, and there's just like bits of wood and that everywhere. As you look down with the torch, there's what looks like a kind of like a puddle of liquid down there. And it's like glimmering, kind of like a light yellowish liquid.
Does the break look like it's broken any particular way? Like it was broken going up or broken going down?
Roll me investigation as you search around the area. Wow.
Wow.
You think that the wood itself may have expanded so much from science that it blew up.
And then I also want to investigate whether or not it was busted by like a weapon or some sort, or more like creature like crashed through.
And roll me. Okay, so you said you want to investigate if it was broken with a weapon, and you also want to check to see if it was broken by like a creature. So
Yeah,
roll
like
me,
if I could
roll me an
tell it's-
investigation, and then roll me a nature.
Wow.
So you can tell that it was not broken with a weapon.
Mhm.
You don't know if it was necessarily broken by a creature or some sort of humanoid or human.
Okay.
Okay. Like I said, you see that kind of like lighter yellow liquid down beneath there, and then you see, like I said, there's bits of shedded fur around the area, and there's bits of pebbles that are strewn about. Yeah, like you walked over the pebbles to get to the door.
Well, do we want to go in this creepy door or go to the one that's not
Yes.
open?
Not
Creepy
creepy
door.
door. You want to go in the creepy door? You said.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay. Airbus wants to go
Yo,
down there.
can I just like pick up like a handful of pebbles, maybe like 10 of them?
Sure. Yeah, you pick up 10 pebbles. So he crouches
Good.
down and starts picking up pebbles. Crane picks up just about as many as you do. He says, "Good plan. Good plan." Okay, so you guys each have 10 pebbles. Crane. and
Oh,
Abel.
I want to add in because I know you'll yell at me later. I want to take my rope back.
Awesome.
Okay.
You take your rope back.
Thanks.
No problem. A portion of it's covered in that liquid. Oh yeah. By the way,
If it's gross, can I like chop that bit off?
and you retie it or something. It's covered in the stuff that was used to preserve the intestines that are around your shoulders.
Can I like shake
It's
it off
fine.
enough to where it's not like too gross?
Sure. Yeah. So you shake
Okay,
off the
that's
rope
fine.
to where the rope is not that gross, and then you kind of just you roll it up just like the intestines that are kind of like wrapped around your neck, and you just place it back on your bag. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna go down into that door.
Okay. Cool. So yeah. So you guys, Erebus, are you leading the way? Is Valken leading the way?
Wait, which one are we going down? The broken one or the not
Broken
broken
one.
Broken one.
Oh,
Falcon, what's your AC?
I don't think you would be able to ask that in person.
yeah.
All right.
What armor are you wearing? Just tell them what
Yeah.
type of armor you're wearing.
Yeah.
Leather.
On a scale of 1 to 20, how
Yeah.
armored?
How much armor are you? She's wearing leather armor. Are you guys all wearing leather armor?
I'll lead the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Erebos leads the way. He goes down there, and as you step down off of the ladder, because there's a ladder that leads you down, you step into that liquid, and it just kind of pitter patters underneath your feet as you step into it, and then the torch as everyone else comes down. You're all stepping in that liquid as well, and you look down the hallway, and you see that there are scratches all along the walls, and it smells like a wet dog down there.
How deep is the liquid? Like,
It's only
Like
an inch or so. It's not that.
okay.
From what
Okay, are you
we're-
laughing as a character? Like,
You know what? Yeah, sure. Why not?
From what we're seeing, does it look like it's the same evidence of the other creature we saw that was lunging at us?
roll me an investigation with advantage. As you rub your hands across the walls to investigate. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, so you know that the
Nice.
scratches that are on the walls are actually the same size as the creature that you had seen that had jumped at you from the other side. So it seems like that creature might have been stored down here. Yeah. Creepy. Okay. As you zoom in. Erebus is zooming in real close. Yeah, so you would tell the group probably that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you
Just
look
in
down-
case there's any further dangers, I feel like, I don't know, the person who can heal you should be in the back, so I'll just stay in the back.
Yeah, with your broken ankle. You're holding yourself up with your long sword.
I also can't walk very well, so maybe
Yeah, as
being
you, by the way, your broken ankle is now laying in that liquid, which Velkin looks down upon and investigates and states that you're standing in what looks like urine.
Is it all the way down the hall, or is it?
It's like in some areas of the
Does
hall.
he just
yeah.
run around and violently piss everywhere? Like, what?
No. He was probably trapped down there a bit and probably just had to use the bathroom. I mean, come on.
I mean, we all stepped in it, so
yeah.
Is there sepsis in your game?
Is
Or
there
gangrene?
maybe roll
all right,
medicine?
I'll just step out of it. All right.
Oh, he steps out of it. He steps back. Roll me a dexterity saving throw, Abel.
Oh my god. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Broken ankle right in a pile of nicely.
Oh man, don't even finish the sentence.
You just slip and slide around a little bit. You're a little dirty now. Do you have prestidigitation? Prestidigitation?
I don't.
Oh, you don't. You had it on your other guy, though, right?
I don't think I did.
I thought you did. No, you had mending on this guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My face hurts from smiling too much now.
Okay, yeah, so you guys are down there. You have all stepped in urine from whatever werebear creature thing that was. And Abel's now stepped in feces. It smells terrible down there now. As he's opened up the hardened feces, and it's now kind of spread about.
Where on it? Where is it on me?
It's on your broken ankle, like shoe.
Okay.
Anything significant we can kind of maybe see? Just piss and fur and.
I mean, you see some bones in that of, like, wolves.
Alright.
Oh wait, I have a healer's kit. Can I use that to try and splint my ankle?
Sure, yeah. So go ahead and roll me a medicine. Just roll me a medicine check, and as you sit down in the urine and the feces on the floor to splint your ankle with
I don't
the
even
healer's
care
kit.
anymore.
I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna splint it. In the worst spot possible. So he cries. It's like, and by the way, Crane and Rose are up at the top. They haven't come down yet.
Oh.
Sorry, no, Crane would have came down. He's afraid.
Oh,
So
God.
he comes down. Maybe Rose comes down last, and she hangs onto the ladder. She's not going to jump into that. She's not a heathen. And so, yeah. So Crane has now stepped in all the stuff too, and you guys are looking around. Crane looks a little worried because he's looking at the wolf skeletons and that are now down there.
Alright, I guess we're just gonna keep
Well,
going.
you also hear like a little whimper.
A little whimper. I won't Let's see where the whimper's coming
It's
from.
coming from down the hall.
I want to go towards the whimper.
Okay.
Same here.
All right. So
I'll
guys,
follow behind them.
yeah, as you guys step forward, you find a small wolf.
How small?
He's just above being kind of like a baby.
I want to take him.
Okay, so she just grabs the wolf.
Does it look like undead, like it was taken apart and put back together?
No,
or
it
anything
looks
like that?
very scared. It's a gray wolf with kind of like, it almost looks like it has like stripes on it or spots in different areas.
Oh, that's pretty
It's a
rad.
spotted striped wolf. That's
We got a
gray
mascot,
dark
guys.
Yeah, I want to take him.
Okay,
Do we
so
see any black wolves?
black wolves? Go ahead and roll me a perception. You actually see 3 wolves down there. They're all part of like probably what were like a are they called litters? What are they called for wolves? Pack. It's just a pack. Of
Packs.
wolves.
A
Just
pack is
small
just a
little
group of wolves. A litter would just be a bunch of
Baby wolves?
babies.
The babies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby wolves.
Well, they were, it looks like maybe that creature has eaten their mother, has eaten some of the other smaller wolves, and was planning on eating the others, but eventually broke out from that and was kind of just housing itself up there, maybe just feasting on them. It didn't get to these last 3, but you do see a jet black wolf, the one that Kristen got, or Velkin got, which is the gray one that's a little bit striped, and you see just kind of like a dark gray wolf, like a charcoal gray wolf. They're all
Are they
kinda staring-
vampire wolves?
Are they
How
vampire wolves? No,
We
they're
ne-
not vampire
we-
wolves.
we never discussed this part. Taming.
Yeah.
How
Yes,
how do you want to go about
You
it?
have to get their trust. I want to go through it like it would be in real life, where you're like, you have to gain their trust. Right now, you guys, I mean, Velkin is saving one of them from the tyranny that is that werebear creature thing. She has it in her hands. She's kind of holding it. Look what I found.
Hey guys, we could give one to Crane. Give his life a new meaning.
His
Taking
eyes light up as you
terrible-
say that. Says, I like the black wolf.
Oh.
Yes, you can have the black wolf.
Yes. He runs over to the black wolf and starts petting it.
And I grab him and throw him back.
What? Why do you do this, Erebos?
It's Black Wolf.
Isn't there another one though? Or is it just that one?
There's a charcoal black one, and there's like a black one, like a jet black.
The jet black one.
Jet black like his soul. As he
Did
throws
you see the
Crane.
picture I used for the character?
No, I didn't look at it yet because we didn't meet it yet. Oh,
Oh.
I like the name, by the way. Oh, okay, that's your picture you used for some other stuff, right?
Yeah, but that's what I was gonna be aiming for the wolf to look like.
Yeah, so you throw Crane back, and he's like, "What is your problem, Erebos?"
The charcoal one you can have. The black one is mine.
He's like, brushes himself off. He's like, "Fine, fine. Come here, come here, come here." And he runs over to it and picks it up, just like Velkin does. And he kind of happily runs over to you, and he's holding it. He's like, "I've always wanted one." And then Rose is like,
They're the same colors as me.
Yeah, I feel
Can
like
I
that's their art.
can I look around, see if I see any doors or anything else?
"Yeah, you can roll an investigation." I mean, you don't need to even roll. You see the flesh bars that were created. You can see back out into where you guys were. So, like, you see that this hall that you've dropped down into is just the area that if you were to tear through the flesh, you would have ended up in.
Okay.
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 So you guys now have 3 new wolves. As Erebos leans in to caress this wolf, what are you doing with this wolf?
I want to pick them up and hold them.
Okay. So you guys all hold these scared little wolves close to you, as they're very happy to be in your arms, and they actually they start to lick your faces as you're holding them. They smell like wet dogs, though.
I wonder how much urine they've been in.
Or how much urine they've created.
Let's see. Um,
Yeah, as you're holding it with that gauntlet, by the way, you're just like patting this wall.
That's okay.
Having to like hold yourself back from crushing it. It's too strong.
Yeah, so what's the plan?
I guess we could check the other side. There might be something there. And then we can see if we can figure out if there's anything that we need from this tower for the gate.
Rose goes over to Abel. She kind of crawls up. She's like,
Please, Abel, don't go to that side. That holds information on my history. And I'd rather keep that secret. My diary's down there.
If there's anything there that can give us information about the door, we do need to know that.
About
So-
what?
The giant door for the lost, the crypt of the lost.
I can surely tell you that I have no information on that. I just know that Minerva, he wrote down these things and he placed them in the back of each hall. That he said that if you wrote down 3 of them upon the script, that it would open the door. I might be able to lead you to them.
Can I roll an insight check to see if she's lying?
sure. Yeah, so you don't think she's lying?
Well, group,
Please, come
this
with
is
me.
also your journey. I'll appreciate
I-
any.
I think we can allow her privacy.
Thank you. Thank you,
I don't think
Erebus.
so. I'd want to see it. There might be other information that's useful in there.
I can assure you there's not. I just live down there. And that's where I store all of my...
If you live down there, then why were you in the other room?
Because that's where I store all of my...
And she points over to what Abel stepped in.
But wasn't she locked in there?
She wasn't locked in there.
Oh, no, it was just locked from the other
It
door?
wasn't. Yeah, it was locked just so she couldn't get out there. She was stuck in like that
Oh, I
flesh
see.
prison area.
I don't know.
But is there the things that we need to write in there? The 3 things that we need.
I assure you there's not. What you need is at the end of this maze. Beneath here. She says you'll have to crawl through the bodies to get into the maze. I know it's not the most ideal.
I don't like gross things.
But as far as us going in there, what if we find more supplies or something that can help us on the way?
She says all of my supplies were up there. I use that to keep my area clean.
Okay, so what is she claiming is just in that room?
Just feces and like urine and
That's
stuff.
it?
Yeah.
I thought she was telling, oh, well, I guess I can't know that.
You
But
can roll insight.
insight, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can tell that she's being sincere. She just is very shy and doesn't want to show you guys a big feces room or anything.
Alright, I guess we won't go there.
All right.
She says, I can lead you through the halls of the flesh, but you may want help from Ogrim first. He's said to have the first part of the scripture. It talks about the first night of the construct.
So, where do you suggest we go first?
I suggest we go to the halls of the construct. But there will be some puzzles ahead of us. Are you good with puzzles?
Sure.
I enjoy a good puzzle.
Willing to try?
Alright. Platform formation.
As you guys all run out there to the platform. You guys are going back up to the platform?
AE
Yeah.
774.
Alright. To the halls of the construct you go! Xavian runs with you guys. You end up at the front entrance of the halls of the construct, which actually, here, there is no codexes. There's no guards. There are only 2 statues that are in front of you. You can see that the 2 statues have beneath it have what look like moving gears that allow the statues to move to the left and then straight forward. That would then push the doors open. Their arms are stretched outward like they would push doors open. And they're not in front of the doors, but they're off to the right and to the left. And that seems like the only way you could get in the doors because they're huge, they're stone, they're iron, they're made with heavy materials.
How big are the statues?
The statues are very, very tall. Not
Okay.
like a human size or anything like that.
Hmm. Is there any writing or anything?
On the base of the statue, there is some writing on them that Velkin would be able to understand as like Draugr language or some sort of dwarven language. And it actually has some information on the. It says on there. It says puzzle number 2. Burn something of value or become something you are not.
Alright. And then, I'm sorry, you said that there's 2 statues, and then what else do we see?
And beneath the statues is like a track that
Okay.
leads towards the door. There's moving gears inside. I need to run to the bathroom real quick. You guys keep talking about it. I can hear you.
Okay.
Burn some of value and become something.
Did we lose Erebos?
Yeah, he had to step out for a second.
Oh, okay.
Just you and me.
And he said the statues kind of move, and it says puzzle.
Stroke friendship.
So what does that mean?
I have that diamond and the harp.
Oh, that's true. We can see if there's anywhere to like place something, maybe.
Wanted to identify those first.
And you said there's no orb or anything either?
There's no orb. I would say on the other statue you see some writing that states that it talks about how Ogrim. It says Ogrim, constructor of the city of Nether.
Okay.
It's like his.
All right,
signature.
now that we're like not in danger or anything, can I take like a minute or two to look at the diamond and the harp to see if I sense any like energy from them, like magical
Sure, roll
or
Arcana. Twice. Or just roll it once for me. That's fine. Yeah, you don't sense any magic from them.
Right, and can I get like a rough estimate of the price for the
Yeah, I
the
was going to
diamond?
let you roll for that. That would be probably. That'd probably just be investigation.
Oh my gosh!
You would just assume that they're very expensive.
All right, that's all I got.
Yeah. So are you're holding the diamond up in front of you as you stare at it. He's got this big, huge diamond in his hand, guys. You can see him looking at it, and he's also got a harp that he's staring at that have like kind of gems on it.
Is
Well,
that the harp
anyone
that's
else
burned
have?
on it?
Yeah, it has like little like inset gems. And it's ivory
Any-
encrusted too, or like has some ivory on it.
And so you said my gauntlet right now
Mhm.
has gems or no gems?
It has gems. It has 4 rows of 4 gems, topazes.
Do those correspond with the ones that are on my gauntlet? Or are they different?
They're different.
Okay.
Yeah, you have 16 gems across your hand, Kristen. 16 gems. 4 rows of 4.
From what I know about, like the little bit that I know about satyrs, does this look like it might have been made by a satyr?
The harp.
Yes.
Roll me a history with advantage. Yes. Yes, it was made by satyrs, from what you can tell. It might be an artifact from the Orcish dungeon. It might have been brought here at some point in time from the Battle of the Hills that you know of. That dungeon's been there for a while. This probably is an artifact that might be from Cituria, which is actually the home of the satyrs. You know that the home of the satyrs was it's now like been infested with magical creatures and things of that nature. It's like unstable magic in a sense.
Okay.
Okay. There's two large stone statues at Erebos. I don't know if you heard, but there's two huge statues with moving gears underneath a track that leads to the left and straight towards a door. The statues have their hands straight out like they push the door open. It looks like you'd have to somehow get those statues to move and push the doors open.
Do we see any levers or buttons or?
Roll me investigation. You don't see any levers or anything. You do see the writing that Falcon had brought up that she read out to you guys. Did you tell them what it was said?
I don't know if he was there for that.
Oh, but I'm just saying, did you tell them? So I can tell them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so she told you that on one of the statues it said puzzle number 2. It said burn something of value or become something you aren't. And on one of the other statues it says Ogrim, constructor of the city of Nether. It's like a signature.
I don't know if that means we have to burn something that's valuable, or we have to become something. Or if it means if we don't burn something of value, we become something.
Well, that's the way I took it, but I want to ask Rose if she knows anything of what that means.
She says, well, I believe puzzle number 2 indicates the second puzzle in the sequence. This is puzzle number 1.
And she moves over to one of the statues. She's going to look around the statue herself.
She says, here, I found something. She says, there are 3 levers over here.
And she's pointing on the right side of the right statue. There are 3 levers. And on the left side, she says,
I believe there might be 3 on that side. Can you check?
Okay, so I'm gonna check.
all right, you're going to look, Velkin?
Sure.
Roll investigation.
Do I get a plus since she
Sure,
said there should
advantage.
be some?
Jeez, you heathens. Do I get advantage and plus advantage and this and that? Please. Yeah, you see them. Yeah, there's 3 levers on that side. So there's 3 levers on each of the statues. You would probably assume that they have to be pushed up or down in a certain sequence in order to work.
Alright. Should we try to push the levers up and down?
Can I look around to see if there's writing for the first test?
You're looking around if there's writing for the first puzzle.
Yes. Sorry.
Roll me an investigation. Investigation. Yeah. There's no writing that you can make out anywhere that has any sort of information for the first test. But you do hear like a low chanting as you walk closer to the doors. You hear like a dwarven chanting like, oh, oh, oh.
Am I able to hear?
Yeah, and there's like slight drums just like dun dun.
Oh, there's no like words of any other sort.
It's just like chanting. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
prayer or something.
I see.
It's like almost like Tibetan throat singing, like oh yo 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 yo.
Do we hear any mentions of digging or holes?
You hear any mention of digging or holes? I mean, no one said anything on digging holes yet.
No diggy holes?
Nope.
investigate
By the
the.
way, you guys are all still
He's-
holding the wolves.
Can I
Yeah.
put one in, let him like chill in my backpack?
Sure. You zip him up in your backpack, and he's like kind of staring at the top. His tongue's kind of hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking around. Is there anything that stands out, like writing or just something that's kind of odd?
Nothing that you guys can see. It's just like the statues have the levers on them, you know what? Actually, roll me an investigation.
Yeah.
Nice. You can see that the statues, the dwarven statues that are standing on the left and right. One of the statue on the left. So on the left side, there are 3 statues. The statue farthest left has their hands down at their sides. The statue in the middle has their hands out like they're praying. And then the statue on the far right has their hands down at their sides. That's on the left side. On the right side,
Wait, what was the first one?
hands down at their sides. The second one, hands up praying,
Okay.
hands down at their sides.
Okay.
That's on the left side. On the right side, you can see far right, hands down at the sides, hands up praying, hands up praying. On the right side.
Okay. I want to try to match the levers to the positionings of the hands.
In the same areas?
Hmm?
Where you're standing on the left side. So
Yeah,
just
I
tell
want.
me
Yeah, I
just
want to
tell
try to
me
match.
from
all
left
of
to
them.
right on your side what you're doing.
Well, I gotta take notes of what you told me
Mhm.
because I don't remember that.
Down up there, down up up.
Okay.
I'm gonna play some
left,
DDR here.
It's down, up, and then down,
So on the left side, it's down, down.
and then up, down, or
Yep, up, down.
up,
Some cheat codes here.
down. Okay.
Left, right, A, B,
Yeah.
A, B.
So yeah, I'll just let them know that I think the positioning of the statue's hands may have to do with the way when you put the levers up and down.
Okay. So, yeah. So is someone going to control the right levers? Is someone going to control the left levers? How are you going to do this? Levers.
I'll go do the right levers, however she tells me to.
Okay. So yeah. So Velkin, how do you want to do the first lever? The leftmost lever on the left side.
Farthest most on the left.
Yep.
Is down, and
Okay.
then up, down,
So
and then first leftmost right one.
are you talking to him?
Yeah. So I don't.
You just tell him you're talking to him.
Yeah. Okay. So start with the one furthest on the right. No, don't do that.
Okay.
I don't know where his positioning is, so this is where.
He's standing there looking at it just like you are. So go left to right.
Okay, left to right, up, down.
Right, I do that with the levers.
So, all right, you do that, and as you guys are standing there, I need you to both make me a dexterity saving throw. As flames shoot out from a small,
Ooh,
like
nice.
crack. All right, so Abel, the flames do miss you actually. So you just managed to get far enough from the flames that they dissipate, but they sprayed out from just a little crack on top of the levers. They shot out. You would assume that you did the combination wrong. Mm-hmm. You guys are just standing there, just.
I'll just reverse the position of all the levers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we do the opposite of what that says?
So you're gonna do the.
So it's.
I'll try and,
up,
like,
up, down,
duck
up,
down while I'm
down,
doing
down,
this.
up,
So what was it? Sorry, your side, Kristen.
up, down, up.
Up, down, up.
Yeah,
For your side or for his side?
my side. It's
Up,
the
down,
opposite.
up.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, wait. We're gonna.
That's
switch.
not your side. Your side is. Wait. Oh yeah, you said up, down, up, right?
Yes.
So yeah.
But
You switch-
I'm not saying we're doing that. Yeah, we're making sure. Do we want to change the second half of it or just the first part?
Let's just do the second part.
Okay, so leave my end and then just change your side
Yeah.
to down, down, up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. As Abel does it, give me 2 dexterity saving throws, guys.
With advantage, now that we know there's a chance of something flying at us.
Sure, why not? I'll give you it. I'll give you it. Jeez.
You said how many?
Just one from you and one from him as flames shoot out. Yep, you don't get hit by the flames. They shoot out.
Okay.
All right. Can I
So
look
what-
at
What
the
position are the
stats?
switches in right now?
Down, up, down, 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 up.
Yeah.
I would say to make it easier, just explain to him what your guys' lever positioning is, because Abel's right, Velkin's left.
Yeah. So mine's down, up, down.
And Abel.
Down, down, up.
Okay.
Can I look at the 3 statues on my side and where their arms are?
Sure.
Just left to right.
So you are on the right, and the statues on the right, from going from left to right, it's prayer up, hands down at the side.
Hmm. Okay. And her side is
Her side
down,
is
up, down.
hands, yeah, down, up, down.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
Why is
I
this
hit you
giving
guys
us
with-
so much-
I hit you guys with a puzzle for the first time ever.
Like, how is a lever puzzle like this stumping us?
I don't know. How's it
Because we
sound?
can't see the actual. We
I
can't
see.
actually see how this is going.
Not necessarily. I mean, again, you have statues in the game, left and right, and then you just have levers that are centralized. They just have 3 levers that you can switch them whatever way you want, and you have just 6 statues essentially, and you can focus on one side at a time if you want to.
Yeah, but which ones are going? Which ones' hands are moving at which time and when we pull each lever?
There's no hands moving at all. So when you pull the levers, the statues are just static. There's nothing moving up there. The levers are the only thing you guys are moving.
Okay, so yeah,
on
that's
the left side, you have the hands down at the sides, hands up in prayer, hands down at the sides. On the right side, you have hands up at prayer, hands up at prayer, hands down at the sides.
Question.
Mhm.
So anywhere else in the room, there's not like any sort of altar or anything.
Nope, it's just that entrance. You're at the first puzzle. There's an entrance there, and it seems
inverse
like
them to the statues.
reverse them. You said.
Inverse them to the statues.
Okay.
If
Alright.
one statue has a
They tried
hand
that.
up, then keep the
Well,
lever
yeah, we did it
down.
with half of it, but not
Yeah,
the whole
they
one.
tried it the
Yeah.
same way on both sides, like the way that it's already set.
So
Then they
it's-
tried
And then
the
I
opposite.
inversed my side, so
Yeah.
Falcon just needs to go up, down, up on the left side.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You're going reverse on her side, like
On
you
all.
reversed?
Yeah.
Yes, both sides are the opposite of what the statues are. Yes.
So far left to far right, we're going up, down, up.
Yeah.
Far left to right. You said what was it again?
Up, down, up. Down, up.
Mm-hmm.
Flames again. Dexterity on both of you guys with advantage. Okay, Velkin, I'm gonna roll. As flames hit you, you take 2 fire damage. Wait, do you have resistance to fire damage, or is that just
It's acid damage.
okay? Okay, let's see if I can make it easier for you guys. Let's just draw a freehand. I'll draw for you what each side looks like here.
I'm just thinking about it as like a series of 6.
So this is the left side.
I don't know if you can see it, but this
Try
is
to
just
roll
what
for
I've
me.
got.
I see.
What I've got written down.
So left side has it like this. Right side has it like this. So what would you like to do? I didn't realize the lever puzzle would be this difficult.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be either. It's a lever puzzle.
Alright, so you guys are standing there staring as you're by the things.
Where's the brains of the group when we need them?
Rose says,
Why don't you try the opposites?
I already did the opposites.
She says, no. Look. See this?
she points to the right.
Try it over on your side.
I thought
See
they already
that?
did that.
No, they tried opposites, the same sides.
Alright, so we're doing on the
Oh,
left, it's
okay.
up, up, down, and on the right's down, up, down.
Wait, on the left you're doing up, up,
Left's up, up, down, and the right is down, up, down.
down? Okay. So, yes, it works.
Okay.
Praise be.
Praise be
Praise
to
the
Rose
sun.
to give you the answer. Alright, so
Thank
the
God we
stone
didn't kill her.
statues start shifting over and they shift forward. Push the doors
Praise the
open.
pink unicorn.
Yeah, they swing open. Yeah, Crane's like, praise to the pink unicorn. He's like, no, he runs up to Erebus. He's like, your pink unicorn god has done it. As he shakes
Aye,
you, the
now
wolf
let's
is
go.
like, "Arr!" Oh, he's got the wolf in his hands. I forgot. He can't pick you up. He picks his wolf up as he accidentally dropped it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay, so as you step forward into the room, finally, you find in front of you is actually a large. Sorry, there's you're stepping onto stone. In front of you is an empty bowl on a stone table. Then in front of you, you can see it dips down and glowing from in the empty pit that's down there. It's not empty. In the pit, you can see that there's actually flowing lava, and embers are shooting upwards towards you. In front of you, across the lava, you can see that there are what look like statues of people kind of just running about, doing different things. They are just, some of them are running across the room from right to left. Others, they have cups in their hands and they're celebrating, while others are they have their weapons drawn. You can also see further off in the distance, you can see that there is a wall that has 3 large doors on it, 3 large wooden doors. Off towards the right of you, you can also see a large statue of 3 large birds that are kind of sculpted in a way that they look like they're interacting with one another. And then everyone steps into the room with you. And I need you guys, actually, we might have to leave this for the next game, but
Yeah, I'm okay with that because I'm getting really tired.
but yeah, as you guys
Yeah, I am
step
too.
in, these creatures start to crawl up from the lava, and they step up onto the platform, and they just stare you down, and they're just dripping lava from their mouth. They're actually made of this magma themselves, and they're just staring you down. Rose hisses at them, and everyone else is just on guard. But we're gonna, right when we get into the next game on Saturday, we're gonna roll initiative right off the bat. We're gonna go into a combat phase, and then we're gonna go into puzzle number 2 in this whole ordeal.
Okay.
So yeah, I just didn't want to fight without Xavian because it's like another body in the fight,
Well,
which
yeah.
would
Yeah.
help you guys, So
Kinda big part of our damage.
And it's
and
late.
I'm glad actually we didn't get that far into it, because that means that it's going to be a lengthier process through this lab. You guys are going to find out a lot more lore of it. You're going to find out some information that's just going to be fun, hopefully all around. Sorry that it took you long to get to that puzzle. I hope you guys weren't upset about that.
It really wasn't that long.
I know, but it just seemed like
If you
guys
didn't give
were
us a hint, it would have ended up being like
yeah,
the rest of
I didn't want you guys to play for the rest of the game, just not
Yeah.
getting through the simple puzzle. That was the only puzzle number 1. So, cool. Yeah, we will pick it up on Saturday. You guys did not level this time around.
Boo.
Did you say boo?
I said
I
woo.
thought you were like, boo! You guys did get 2 levels last time, though, so,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is gonna be cool. I'll write up a little bit something tonight if I can, and I'll get that posted up on Steelborn. Those of you who are watching who maybe want to run their own game or who might want to play in a game, you can go ahead and join us on steelborn.com. It's a tabletop website I've been running for about 4 years. You guys can just shoot an app over. We try to get as many DMs as we can. We're looking for more DMs to run games. Every single DM we can get gives us another 4 to 5 players. You can play tabletop gaming or worldwide tabletop gaming from the comfort of your own home. So that's what we try to do there. We're also I'm running these West Marches in the game, or in the community, which I'm going to try to get people together soon to play in. Erebos actually plays in that West March as well. It's a bit more harsh than this would be in going through that. But make sure to join us every single Saturday. Going up until the wedding. At the wedding, we're not going to be here for that session, and maybe a session after that. So that's going to be October 6th. And we will keep you updated on if we're going live or if we're going live later, because today we stepped into it a little bit late. We will update you on Twitter as well as our Discord. If you guys want to hop into those, we post when we go live on Discord, as well as I just actively update our Twitter. So we're going to hang out here for a little bit as the stream goes offline here. Just if you guys have any questions for us, we can answer those for you. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for following. And of course, thank you for joining the Dead. And we will see you. I'll be back live on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Here and maybe random times throughout the week. So just keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
By the way, I'm muted on Discord. Can you tell them?